Tyson Miller replaces Jack Denellen, so late change there. Thanks to our sponsors, Telstra Stores, Quadrant Mall, Kings Meadows, and at Brisbane Street Mall. Here's Matthew McGee.
And a Sunday afternoon clash of the TSL. Auckland and Graham up in the ruck. Ball comes down to Lovell. First touch for him. Good punch along by Sorty. He gets it going his way. But there's the defender coming through. Miller Hodge could have been taken high. Umpire says play on, and the ball comes over here now towards the commentary side of the ground. There's Tyson Miller. Looks for Harper, but falling in front of him now with a good mark was Lachlan Watt as he slides in front of Joby Harper. So Lachlan Watt, centre wing, commentary side of the ground here at Windsor Park. It's a fresh winter's day. Ball comes up forward, good mark there, Lockie Griggs. He plays on, wheels and goes, breaks the 50 with his left foot, looking up forward there for his teammate in Luke Graham, but the ball goes out of bounds, far forward pocket, off the post. The umpire is going to throw it in. A few hearty souls in the can bar, sitting down today here at Windsor Park Function Centre. Ball gets thrown in. House, little palm down defensively. Blackberry playing a little bit more on ball today by the looks early. Spent a lot of time forward on Wednesday night. We did wonder, didn't we, why he wasn't spending a little bit more time on ball. But they could have done with him as the ball comes out of bounds. Just beyond the 50 as Jake Smith, he's in Foz.
Yep.
Thought he might have pulled up a little bit sore from Wednesday night, but he's still in the game. An early shout-out, Foz, today to Maxie Walker. It's his 21st birthday today to Max, so we wish him well. I hope he's sitting on the couch with Michelle and tuned into this call. So happy birthday to Maxie, one of our special comments, man. He had the day off today on his birthday. Seymour, quick kick out. Here's the big ruckman for Kingborough in Marcus Gardner, but it's taken well by Dakin. Riley, he's going to wax it with Thorpe. Thorpe, it's a loopy handball. He ignores Alec Wright, snaps over the shoulder. Does Mitch Thorpe towards the city end, and it's through for a behind. Could have gone over a little bit quicker with that handball. Just a bit loopy from Riley. But those two twin towers down there are going to cause headaches for those defenders. Kingborough will be trying to hold on with this breeze going Launceston's way. Significant breeze. And let's see what they come up with as they kick the ball out. You can listen to Dave Moore here on City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5 and via the live stream.
Jared Drew kicks it out straight in the chest there of Jamison House. So they go back inside 50. Central position. Flyers wanted. No mark taken. Thorpe again. He gets around the left foot. This time he's missed to the right. Two shots early days on goal for Mitch Thorpe. One to the left, one to the right. So two behinds Launceston. The Tigers yet to score. Jared Drew wastes no time. He comes out to the side again. Out towards Lockie Griggs. Griggs leads the chase of the ball. It goes out of bounds. Boundary throwing. Yes, Macca?
Well, the Mitch Thorpe conversation we had with Hilsey on Wednesday night, Hilsey was sort of questioning whether Thorpe was like superfluous to their forward needs. And I said, would you rather Mitch Thorpe be in the forward line or not if you're a defender? And I think those first two shots have shown that if you're a little bit nervous as a defender if Mitch Thorpe lines up.
Griggs wheels and goes on the left foot. Kicks up towards the wing. In the centre circles now. House, quick kick. Doesn't get any advantage from it. And the chase there is Mackenzie Willis. Little handball away to Lovell. Two Suns boys there. And the ball really holds up in the breeze. Not 15. Taken by Tyrrell. Evades a couple of tackles. Now to Tyson Miller. Nowhere to go. Gone. Holding the ball. Free kick Tigers, Elijah Reardon. He's on centre wing. So Elijah Reardon. Of course, that big marker in the season at the Twin Ovals against North Hobart. Underground kick straight to Harper. Fumbles. Lovell does. That's Watt. Can't get a quality possession away. Tyrrell is tackled. Releases, does he? No. Holding the ball. Tackling early by the Tigers. Lockie Watt gets it to Mackenzie Willis. He fumbles. Campbell's in there. He tries to pick it up. Slippery ball. Alec Rice dispossessed. Back to Lovell. Couple of possessions early. Can't get clear. And now he's tackled and he's holding the ball. Free kick to Alec Wright.
Yeah, good tackle with the youngster in Alec Wright. He's going to swing it wide and fast, looking for Hines. Oh, good contest there by the Kingborough defender in Blake McCulloch. It goes on in front of Riley. 15 metres out from goal. Riley off the ground and third behind. Third snapshot, Launceston. Third behind to Riley on this occasion. Two first ones to Mitch Thorpe. But you can see just with that breeze, it's a real struggle up here towards the Beauty Point end, as we call it, the Exeter end. But going towards the City end, it's sort of half a kick and you're down there. And Lovell just got caught holding the footy, which gave Launceston the chance. Ball comes out. Here looking for the ruckman in Gardner. House, Jamison House, kicks it towards Harper, left forward pocket. And running the ball over there and taking in the tackle was Blake McCulloch.
Of course, Dylan Ryan was a bit disappointing Wednesday night, Mac. He'd win a tone for that.
Yeah, he only had the 3 touches, Foz, and only had really one sort of real shot at goal. And yeah, they played him well. Did Corey Nankervis on the North Launceston side, so he'll be smarting on that one. Thorpe, nice touchdown. Goes right to the square to Riley. Riley has a look at them, and he's back, is he? There's a goal! Dylan Riley towards the city end. He missed the first, but he's kicked the second. And it was a beautiful palm down from Mitch Thorpe from the ruck hit out. He hit it about 15 metres towards the goal square. And Riley just too sharp at the moment. So he'll be smarting on that one. Thorpe, nice touchdown. Goes right to the square to Riley. Riley has a look at them. And he's back, is he? Score and pretty much a yet inside 50, Dave Gruber. We're giving them one or not?
We've got 4.
Who do? Tigers?
Hang on.
He's just doing the scoring.
He's doing his work. He's got plenty on today, Grooves. He's got the microphone on. He's got the computer to do. His pens. He's had, what do you say, 3 games in 9 days or something?
It's been huge.
Been huge for Grooves. Best in the business, though.
Quick question on the YouTube there on the stream back. Why is Launceston wearing armbands? We might try and find that at half time. And I have a chat to Sandra Boland, who's going to join us, the president of the Launceston Footy Club.
Will do.
So back in the centre, Auckland wins the tap. Now Dakin, nice little handball towards Bristow back in the team. Hamstring injury against North Hobart early in the year. Lovell now tracks the ball. Can't pick it up. Now Dakin, a second effort. They just push it forward off the ground into the pocket. Chasing the ball is Thorpe, but it's going to go over the boundary line, so about 15 metres around from the Launceston goal. Most of the attacking today will be from that, or to that city end of the ground. So early goal to Launceston, to Dylan Riley. Front position Gardner. Thorpe wins it straight to Campbell. The handball to Lovell. Busy early. Kicks up here towards Griggs and Palfreyman. Bumped away by House. Off the ground, Lovell attempt. Still in play, Bristow tackled over the boundary line. So we hope for more goals than we had in the last game here. Launceston versus Clarence, just 3 goals a couple of weeks ago. Incredible scoreline. Boundary throw in. Auckland and Gardner. Auckland might have won that one. Now gets it to Tuthill. Kick smothered nicely there by Jared Drew. Half back, George O'Neill, the late inclusion, can't pick it up. Holt is taken in a tackle there by Oliver Burrows-Cheng. We a ball up, attacking side of the centre circles. Here's Matthew McGee.
So Launceston going to be hard to hold out with this breeze towards the city end. The big ruckman there in Gardner down at his feet. Bristow back into the side today. He's a classic with these sort of conditions, is Bristow, coming back from WA a year or so ago, and had a few injuries. It's going to be a free kick though for Launceston. It's going to go to Brendan Taylor. He looks forward pocket side to Riley. He's going to dance around, taking in a ripping tackle is Riley, and he's thrown the footy. So Kingborough Tigers, the further they can stay in the game, the better for them. We don't want to see it break out, and it's going to be a tough one for them. That was Ben Donnelly with the good tackle. He misses his target, but he's got enough time there in the back line as Drew. Left foot kick. Comes out here now looking for Auckland. Tries to take it on his chest. Taylor, good at the feet. Good kick inside 50 there for Jack Tuthill. Right to the line. Thorpe.
He's got it.
Taking the mark.
Yep.
2 bites of the cherry. And it's going to be a mark to Mitch Thorpe. About 12, 13 metres out from goal. And just too smart at the moment, Mitchell Thorpe. He'll snap around, he plays on left foot. There it is. Mitchell Thorpe goal. Second for Launceston. They're now 2, 3, 15, 8 minutes gone, 8.5 minutes gone. Kingborough yet to score, Foz.
Yeah, so as we expected, Launceston doing all the scoring. Because we'll get a bit of gauge in the game at half time once both teams had the advantage of the breeze. We've seen the ball holding up in the breeze a couple of times, kicking towards that northern end. So Thorpe, as we said, he kicked a bag there at the Twin Ovals back earlier in the season in round 3. So he's a valuable acquisition, no doubt, to that Launceston forward line. We've struggled to kick goals in the last couple of weeks. 5 against North Launceston and just the 1 against Clarence.
It's really good clean play from Taylor, it was, from the stoppage that sort of got it that way. Here's the youngster in Dakin. Good to see him on ball. Doesn't look to have a real match-up today from a tagging point of view. So that should be good for him to get his own footy. He's following around Oliver Burrows-Cheng at the moment, former Devils teammate of his. The ball goes out of bounds in front of the Kingborough interchange box. So throw in. Goes with the breeze, it does. He's at the back of the pack. There was Will Campbell. He's over the top. They hail the taxi, but the umpire says, give it to me and I'm going to ball it up. 55 metres out from Launceston's goal. And let's see what Launceston can continue to be. About a 4 or 5 goal breeze, you'd imagine, Foz today. So let's see what Kingborough can do from a defensive point of view.
As from the ball up, comes out now to Bristow. Talk about experience. He's a very experienced player for Launceston. Almost a nice mark there for Rees, but he couldn't take it. Kick forward now by the Tigers. And Casey Brown there got one high. Play onto advantage. Wasn't really there. Umpire now calls it back. Umpire Tom McEntee. Well, call it back now to Casey Brown. One of the better players during the week for Launceston in the derby game. So he's going to go wide. Long kick, good kick. And a nice mark there, the big ruckman in Gardner in the back pocket. Standing tall.
That's what he has to do more of, Foz. Get in that hole.
It's off to Campbell. Campbell kicks up the wing. They're looking for Ollie Burrows-Cheng, but it's off hands. Out of bounds. So right half forward for Launceston. Yeah, Dakin, he had the big job on Lovell last time, but he looks a bit freer.
Yeah, Seymour and Lovell went head-to-head early, so it looks like that's just what they're going to do at the moment.
Auckland, nice tap down, this time to Dakin. Kick forward by Harper. Into a bit of space here. Runners wanted. Getting there first to the Tigers' defence. Bailey Gordon gets it back from McCulloch. Kick off a step up the wing. Almost taken by Tuthill. And that's Rees getting tackled there. Back in the side today after a long absence, Brady Rees. Good to see him back in the senior team. Number 8 there for the Tigers. Not wearing long sleeves today. So we're at about 70 metres out from the Launceston goal. Tapped down by Auckland towards Dakin. He's been good early. Spins, gets tackled though. Tried to do a bit too much. And be a free kick. Going the way of Adams.
Zach Adams gives it to Mackenzie Willis, the former Gold Coast Sun. Looks up here now for Sorty. Good battle with Jamison House. Well done, the little fella there, little Nipsey and Sam Dygan. Goes down the line. Here's Marcus Davies. Can't get the fall of the ball, the former Carlton player. So plenty of AFL experience in this Tigers side. Inside 50 for Dave Gruber. Kingborough Tigers there looking for Tyler Carter, the goal kicker. Jake Smith. Carter fumbled. If he'd have taken it, it could have been interesting. He's now caught in the tackle. He was looking for a free kick. But the umpire said, no, you've had plenty of time. And it's going to be a free kick the other way. And this is going to go to Launceston player in Jake Smith on defensive 50 in front of the can bar. Goes short. Looks up here now and finds his teammate in Boyd. So this is the football they play here at Windsor Park. They just couldn't get it going the other night at UTAS Stadium, controlling the footy. North Launceston didn't allow them to do it. Hodge to Harper. Harper back to Hodge with the hands. Hodge down the line. Auckland sets himself over the top. It's 2 kicks to 1 going with the breeze. It's going to be an effort now for Kingborough to get it back. Lovell will try his hardest out the back by hands. Finds Sam Rice. Up in the air kick. It's only going to go as far as Grant Holt on half-back flank. And Holt takes the mark and goes short to Alec Wright. Alec Wright. Little handball over the top now to Blackberry. Here's the flying footy from the Blues. Kicks to space. This might go through. Jay Blackberry. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Through it goes. Long goal there for Jay Blackberry. He saw the open 50 ahead and just rolled it through. Took a large bounce there at the end, but was straight as a die. And that's another goal to Launceston. That's 3. As the score now goes along to 3. Let's look at the scoreboard there. 3 goals, 3-21. The Kingborough Tigers yet to score. And a good bit of experience there, Macca from Blackberry.
Yeah, look, it is. It just shows that it's just such a battle to go up to the right-hand side of screen against that breeze, and the ball held up, and Grant Holt was just in front. Kingborough maybe just might be best to slow things down, control the footy, take a bit of time off the clock with these shortened quarters and just not let Launceston get the footy. That's what I'd be doing, and play that defensive side, soak it up and see how they go, because if they keep going fast and turn it over, Launceston just going to kick plenty of goals going the other way. Play on advantage, free kick in the ruck goes to Bristow. Inside 50, Thorpe sets, an extra one behind the footy there now. Jaden Hines on the back of the pack, off the ground, Reardon can't get it. They go through the back through Marcus Davies, and he settles and finds Lockie Griggs. Foz, you got something for us?
No, just pointing out we've had as many goals here in the first 30 minutes as we had in the whole game a few weeks ago.
There we go. That's why Foz is the best in the business, gives us the stats, even though they're pretty obvious. We'll go with it. Blackberry, intercept, Harper sets himself for Riley, battle with Rice. Rice could have given away the free kick, but it misses near side, and it's a goal point. And it's, what are we now? 3-4-22, 14 and a half minutes gone. Kingborough yet to score. Inside 50's 12-3 so far in this game. Got an answer about the black armbands, which I'll get to at the next stoppage. Worries.
As Griggs takes it nicely. Little handball to Watt, back to Griggs with the give and go. Takes the bounce. The half back and kicks to the centre of the ground. Leading up there is Carter. He can't take it. Kick off the ground. They're forcing it forward. Tuttle meets it. Played well on Wednesday night. Back to Carter. He can't take it. Lovell. Little handball away. Kick inside 50. Chance here. Sorty front position. Can't take the mark. Little kick now. Not 15 from Seymour to Palfreyman to Tyrrell. Tries to get it back to Seymour. Getting in the way there was Eddie Burrows-Cheng, who's tackled immediately. Yes, thanks to Darren Gidd for the information. Joey Boyce's mum passed away recently. Also Laurie Wing and Bert van der Hyde. Connections with the Launceston Footy Club there, so hence the black armbands today. Thanks to Darren Gidd for that. As Lockie Griggs, who's had a fair bit of it in this first quarter, gets tackled.
Just be nice to sneak one against the breeze for the Tigers. Yep. They can just get one in. They've had a few inside 50 chances.
Lockie Watt, handball to Griggs. Here they are inside 50 again. Back position is Graham. Well done at the front there by Tuthill. Still a contest. Carter lays on it. And it'll be a ball up. So they're about 30 metres out from goal. Yes, Macca?
Well, the problem is Kingborough Tigers want to play an extra one behind the footy. And this is the ruckman at this stage. But that means, they're going to have extras in their back line of Launceston, which is the way they want to play it. Chip the ball around. It's come out now. They're away through Taylor. Sweeping handball to Palfreyman. Hit up Mitch Thorpe, centre wing. Haven't seen him that far for goal for a decade. Thorpe goes down and turnover. So turnover. Good mark to Jared Drew, former Burnie Premiership player, Foz.
Yep.
Via Victoria. So Drew, left foot kick, goes straight back to Thorpe, punches the ball centre wing. Good effort by Tigers player in Donnelly. Plenty of turnovers here on the Tigers. They just can't get the ball in their hands by foot. This one's goes to Jamison House. Good second bite of the cherry. Lachlan Watt. Umpire didn't pay it for the Tigers, and he's going to come in. They just can't connect with their forwards at the moment. And the Kingborough Tigers. Enough of the football, I think, around the stoppages and the clearances and things like that. It was 11-4, so stats wouldn't say that, but with Lovell and Mackenzie Willis there, you'd imagine it would be. Umpires paid a free kick. Dakin wanted to play on advantage, but it's going to go back to Seymour. Seymour will pump this one deep. No, he goes sideways and finds Miller Hodge. Quick back off the mark, Miller Hodge. He's been impressive off that half-back flank. Really good runner. Goes sideways to Mitch Thorpe. Bangs it long and deep. Looking for Alec Wright. Plenty of numbers back there for the Tigers. Reardon, good off half-back, creative. Comes out sideways and looks for Luke Graham. He waxes by hand here now to his fellow defender in Donnelly. To Drew, left foot. Up here looking for Sorty. Good mark. Over the top of Jamison House, centre wing. So Sorty, I was actually impressed with him at UTAS the other day. I thought he did okay, and then looking at the stats, he only had less than a handful, Cooper Sorty. This time he turns it over and finds Boyd, who squares it up to Dakin in the centre square.
Dakin back edge of the centre square. Handball to Seymour. Sweats on a handball. Might have to kick now. It's it back towards Dakin and Miller Hodge. They can raffle it. Hodge goes for it. He's got support now from Dakin. Gee, that's a good tackle there by Bailey Good. No, it wasn't. It was over the shoulder. And he adds play on. Dakin kicks the ball down the wing. Meeting it nice there is Tyson Miller, the late inclusion. He kicks down into the side 50. The leading out there was Riley. Well done, Sam Rice. He just boots the ball into the breeze. Up here to Donnelly, who takes it. Handball to Reardon, who's tackled by Palfreyman. It's out of bounds. They're pushing, shoving the afters there. Good start to Jared Dakin, Macca. He's had a fair bit of it in this first quarter.
Yeah, we're just hunting the football at the moment without the need of having to defend as a hard tagger. So they're good for Dakin, lined up on Will Campbell at the moment at this stoppage.
There's Gardner and Auckland. Gardner does well. Out here towards Campbell. Off the ground by Campbell. Now Lovell. Campbell on the ball again. So it's going to be a ball up, I'd say, on the far side. Now the umpire says holding the ball against Will Campbell. A realistic attempt to get it out. So Ryan Tyrrell will take it.
Stiff on a day like today, Foz.
Yeah, I thought so.
It'll be one of your specials, wouldn't it? These sort of days, just dive on it.
Absolutely. Tyrrell inside 50. Riley presents, can't take it. Hines. Jake Hines gets the handball back towards Wright. Flying shot for goal by Alec Wright. Looks all right. It is. That's another goal to the Blues. Smart play there from Hines. Linking up with Wright, who slanted on the right boot and then made no mistake.
Looks all right boot. Foz.
Yeah.
You're playing on the words today, and that's what we need on this cold winter's day here at Windsor Park. But it's all Launceston, isn't it, at the moment? 4-4-28. Lead Kingborough yet to score. And Alec Wright plays his role. Plays that real centre-half forward role, I suppose, even though he's not of massive size, but plenty of athleticism. and has made that. He came into this side a couple of years ago as a defender through the Devils program.
Just watching the replay there, just the strength there of Hines to get his hands free in the tackle. He's got the handball away.
He's been a great acquisition coming back from the knee for his Jake Hines.
Absolutely. Back in the middle is Macca.
Ball up. Auckland. Umpire throws it up against Gardner. Well done. Will Campbell comes out. This is where he needs to hit a target. But the only target was the fist of Jamison House. Over the top here now is Boyd. Smith. Hands. Left foot. Ugly kick, but it'll do because in front of Holt. He's going to dance around with those red boots. He goes across to a fellow pink boot boy in Miller Hodge. Comes down the line, but that only goes as far as Jared Drew. He'll swing on the left boot. Tries to hit up. Jamison House just gets in the way of everything. And now Miller Hodge is away. So Hodge finds Pulfreman. All he's got in front of him is grass. Here comes Reardon. Tries to chase him down. Umpire had a good look at it. Up goes Thorpe. Riley too clever. Spins. Goals. Dylan Riley. That's how easy it is, Foz. The Dylan Riley one-on-one. Sam Rice is going to get very nervous down there if he's left like that. But geez, Jamison House, he just keeps getting in the way and interrupting down here, doesn't he? Yeah,
his interceptions have been fantastic so far. And Paul Freeman, he's the sort of player that just plays consistently week after week. And
he does, yeah, my word. Is he taking his game though to the next level? You know, when you watch him against North Launceston, he's up against the Pontings and the Whitfords and that. He's probably just a class below. And he needs those sort of players behind him. But, geez, I tell you what, he's got wheels. Yep. And when he gets that grass in space, it was a great chase by Reardon. And he got him right as he was going to kick it. The umpire had a good look at it for downfield. Thorpe flew high, but it was all Dylan Riley at the bottom of the pack. And he kicks his second for the day. Blackberry out in front. Campbell retreating. Comes back up half forward. Oh, great mark. Excellent mark for the Launceston player there in Isaac Chugg. His first touch for the day, Foz.
I thought he was good on Wednesday night, Isaac Chugg. First game back for a while.
This is the issue, the kick. Let's see what he does this stage.
It's not a bad one up here towards Taylor, although it falls a bit short to Wright. Wright picks it up now. He's tackled well there by Donnelly. Taylor, little handball to Holt. Kicks inside 50. Will Campbell getting back. And he takes the mark. He plays on. Pinpoints up Lovell. Barely 15. Umpire pays it. Right on the boundary line. So it's 5-4-34 to yet to score. Sounds lopsided, but Launceston do have a fierce breeze behind them. So Boyd now sideways to Seymour. Seymour inside 50, here towards Riley. Can he get there? Bounce. Sam Rice on his tail. They have to double back now towards the boundary line. And clears the boundary line. It's quarter time here at Windsor Park into the first quarter. It's 5-4-34 Launceston. The Tigers yet to score. Macca, the goal kickers?
The goal kickers, Dylan Riley with 2, so that's 19 for the season for him. Thorpe with 1 and a couple of behinds. Alec Wright and Jay Blackberry.
Yeah, so interesting first quarter, Macca.
If we said it was a 4 or 5, we said it was a 4 or 5 goal breeze. I just think the Tigers, they're just all really tight into the contest and they all want to get the footy, which is great. There's my man, young Dom Shaliro down there. Look at the flowing head on it. He loved that call the other night too. Young Dom, my fave. Looks like he might have got dropped from the seniors. That's a bit of a worry. Look at it flowing. You can get that on the camera, Benny Donaldson, the umpire there.
Dom Shaliro.
Dom Shaliro, boundary umpire. Look at the strut on it and the flowing locks. But these are the things that have to keep us entertained on a Sunday afternoon down here at Windsor Park for our viewers and our listeners. But Dom Shaliro, umpire Dom Shaliro, one of our favourites here in City Park Radio. So, yeah, I was saying that the Tigers just seem to all want to get the footy, but they're not actually, in terms of structure, getting anywhere near it. So it's leaving a lot of the Launceston half-back line all on their own, and they've just been racking them up back there. But this wind, it's definitely 4 or 5 goals. There's no doubt about it. So if Mackenzie Willis and also Kieran Lovell can get their hands on the footy, along with Will Campbell, he's sort of the third prong there. If he can get it forward and take the game on, who knows?
Yeah, I thought Launceston a bit of a slow start, but they're just so dangerous. When they move the ball quickly into that open 50, and I think Dylan Riley is probably really appreciating Mitch Thorpe back inside.
He does, there's no doubt about it. And Thorpe's missed that game against North the other night. It would have been different. Like Launceston were in the game for a long time against North, and look, come finals time, who knows what it's going to look like. But look, today's contest, Tigers have got it all before them. They're 5 goals down, which we probably expected with that breeze. Inside 50s, we'll do the stats now.
We'll go through the stats and we'll have a short break after that.
So hit outs, it's all Auckland at the moment, 17-3, just too athletic in the ruck, the youngster in Auckland. Clearances 12-5. And that's where the Tigers need to balance up a bit, because they've got that midfield talent
to get those clearances squared back up. Inside 50, 17-6, which you'd expect with the breeze. Launceston, interesting, only one mark inside 50, so their goals actually all came from the ground, didn't they? All from that over the tops and long goals for Blackberry included, and the free kicks 8-4 Launceston's way.
And we've got some individual stats there. Thank you to Darren Lovell and the boys from the Launceston Stats team.
Yeah, well, your boy Jared Dakin with 8 for you called it. 4 kicks and 4 handballs. Couple of clearances. Fletcher Seymour with 7. Miller Hodge, excellent off half-back with 6. Plenty of run. Mitch Thorpe with 5 in his goal, and Joby Harper with 5. And a couple of stats there for Kingborough. Kieran Lovell's had 6, but not much of an influence at the moment.
We'll take a break here from Windsor Park. It's quarter time. It's Launceston 5 goals, 4-34. Tigers yet to score, but they'll have the breeze in the second quarter. Back in just a moment.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider-reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Want Launceston's best coffee delivered to your office or store in the city? Then jump onto urban-espresso.com.au every morning until 12 noon and place your order. Delivery is free. Urban Espresso, formerly Roasted Coffee House at 99A St John Street, has a reputation for great coffee and service. Check out our 5-star reviews. We also serve chai, hot chocolate and T2 teas from locally owned Cocoon Living Tea and locally made treats. See you at Urban Espresso, 99A St John Street, or check out our Facebook page. Urban Espresso, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
As community restrictions start to ease, time now for businesses to take the next step and get the message out. Let the people know you are open for business. Take out a sponsorship package with City Park Radio and you'll be surprised at how little it costs. A sponsorship package with City Park Radio will help you on the recovery road. Phone City Park Radio and leave a message for our sponsorship team. We are part of your community. City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football on City Park Radio.
Welcome back here to Windsor Park. We're watching Sunday footy, Launceston versus the Kingborough Tigers, 5-4-34. Launceston Tigers yet to score in the first quarter. And, of course, Launceston kicking with the breeze towards the town end. Mac, a couple of interesting results in the TSL yesterday. Oh, turn you on there.
Put you on. Yeah, look, Glenorchy are the team, aren't they? Like, now that they're getting a few players back, and, of course, when they've got quality in there like Jay Bowden and the like. Yeah, good win for them. Lauderdale continue. Lauderdale continue to win as well. North Hobart are in a bit of a rut. So look, it tends to be, they might be the 4. Lauderdale, if Glenorchy can sneak.
Yeah, it's Glenorchy and Clarence, I think now.
Clarence as well.
I still think that. Even though last year that was at KG5, and they were in it for a long time. But I think those Lauderdale recruits, Nelson and Kalkowski, who we saw here, probably in the early days of the season, but they've really matured into handy players now for Lauderdale.
Yeah, they have, and obviously, coming into a side, you haven't done a pre-season with them. You don't really know. You probably don't even know their names when you run out on the field with them. They're only going to get better in terms of that team play. Ben McGuinness back into their side as well. Yep. One of the McGuinness brothers, joining his brother Josh. We know what he can do at TSL level, and that's a very handy in for Darren Winter and his crew.
There's some big games coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, because it's only top 4. So for our listeners and viewers, top 4, 2-week final series.
1v4, 2v3.
1v4, 2v3, cutthroat.
Yep.
So it's going to be very, very interesting that final semi-final day. And, you could finish on top and have a bad day and all of a sudden. But, 1v4, 2v3.
Of course, we were impressed with North Launceston Wednesday night where they were back at their best.
Yeah, look, just at UTAS Stadium, just back there, they're just so good. They're just so well drilled and just nowhere to go. They've got the option of Callow going back or forward. Tom Bennett was a little bit better. McCulloch's up and about. And their midfield of, Ponting. The other night, Avent didn't even go in the midfield after we saw him have 35 touches the week before. That's right. Plenty there. And they're only just going to get better as well, as their coach, Taylor Whitford, said. They're still only really scratching the surface of where they can get to, he feels. And that's a scary proposition for the rest of the competition.
About to get away in the second quarter. 5-4-34 the Blues. What can the Tigers do with the wind? They're yet to score.
Another hit out to Auckland over Gardner. Here's Fletcher Seymour. Had a good first quarter. Alec Wright, centre wing. Terrible bounce. Goes Kingborough's way in Ben Donnelly. Down the line, Miller Hodge disrupts that one and the ball goes out of bounds in front of the Kingborough interchange box. Jared Dakin starting deep forward, Foz. So if they can get the ball in there, playing a little bit smaller. Mitch Thorpe's outside 50. Just trying to find where Dylan Riley is at the moment, Foz. He's rolled up to the stoppage or whether he's off. If you can have a look at that one while the boundary umpire throws it in. Goes with that breeze. The umpire's going to pay a free kick. It's going to go to Blackberry behind the contest. No, he's going to throw it in again, is he? Yeah, he's going to throw it in again. The wind's really grabbing that ball towards the city end here on the throw in. So the umpire will reset and go again. Here he goes. Threw it more towards the middle. Nice throw in. Ball comes down to Auckland. Goes himself. Volleyball hit out. Harper always fights hard in there. One of the premier players at the competition. Joby Harper. Seymour. It's his sort of day-to-day. Blackberry's kick. Only goes as far as Lovell. He drops it just to the 50 line. Setting himself, trying to take the mark. There in the back line was Casey Brown. And the ball's right on the 50-metre line. As Kingborough go towards the city end of the ground in this quarter, they're 5 goals down. Launceston will defend with all their might this quarter and just try and break things up. Inside 50. Sets himself the big fella in Carter. Can't take the mark. Well done, Launceston defence. Casey Brown comes out with his speed. Oh, nice handball over the top to Ryan Tyrrell. Hits up Thorpe. Thorpe can't take the mark, straight through him. Alec Wright on his hands and knees. Well done, Ben Donnelly. Gives it over the top to Blake McCulloch, left and right. Hits up, Sorty runs under it, needed to do better. Jamison House. Well done, Burrows Cheng. Ball up now.
I see Riley out there.
You see Riley out there now?
But I tell you, I can't see. That's Tim Bristow.
Okay, so he's off at the moment.
Yeah, and I don't think he's on the bench. He's on the bench, tracksuit.
Righto. So terrible luck with injuries at the moment. Bristow might have just give it one more crack. Might be better sitting in the commentary box. Or held without it was Mackenzie Willis. The umpire was 4 metres away, didn't call it. The one that was 44 metres away did. I saw it from here, and the umpire did well in giving Mackenzie Willis a free kick against Blackberry. Inside 50. Oh, they've set themselves again. An excellent mark in defence by Jacob Boyd. Really impressed with him, Foz.
Yep, he's
good
maturing
size,
as a player.
just maturing, 19, 20 years old. And him, Miller Hodge, and Tuddle, they just form a really strong half-back line, just so young, a lot of them. And this is another youngster in Alec Wright on half-back.
Wright takes a mark up against Donnelly. Takes his time, now has to play on. Kick might be semi-smothered there. Chance here for Harper. It's grabbed by one arm. He might have to release it here. Umpire has mercy and will ball it up. So attacking side of the wind for the Tigers.
Yeah, so Riley's really rolling up here with the breeze. He's going to sit behind the footy, sort of take it that half-back roll, I think, and try and run with it.
Taken there by Willis. Slung with the kick towards Eddie Burrows. Ching out of Campbell. He's tackled by Tyrrell. So they can't get any clear space at the moment, the Tigers. And I think probably just getting in that forward 50. They've got the targets up there, Sorty and Carter. Carter in great form this year. Auckland. Tap down to Tyrrell, who's been busy so far. High kick into the centre of the ground. Brady Rees tries to take it. Handball over the top there from Griggs. Gets Lovell. He's tackled. Did he get rid of it legitimately? Umpire says yes. Short kick forward by Taylor to Thorpe. Off the boot now of Wright. He's got in front of him. He's pursued by Blake McCulloch. He goes off the ground again towards Hines. It's soccer here at Windsor Park. And Hines kicks a goal. No, he doesn't. Straight in the post. I tell you what, we could have been watching it over the back here at Riverside Olympic, that little passage of play.
Could have been. Poor old Jakey Hines went to the left and then come back on the right. He had an area to start with.
Blake McCulloch takes it, defensive 50. Kick towards the wing, not great. There's loping it after there is Gardner. It spills out of bounds. Still 5-4-34, Tigers yet to score. The Blues in front. You can hear the wind in our effects mic starting to get up here. Hopefully there's no more rain in the game today. Boundary throw in. Auckland does well. Taps it towards Harper. Might have been held. Blackberry in the follow-up. Shrugs a tackle. Swings it towards attacking 50. Great mark, Ben Donnelly. He's been handy so far. He plays on over here looking for Lockie Griggs. Can't quite take it, but has the recovery. Has to backtrack. Handball over the top here is not great from Blake McCulloch. Clean bowls him. There's turning it over now, the Tigers. It could be costly. It's right on 50 for Launceston. Alec Wright up here towards Thorpe. And the ball dies in the breeze. Now it's Jared Drew this way, that away. Beautiful handball over the top now towards Griggs. Goes back into play. His pass is a good one now towards Rice, who takes a mark on defensive 50.
Well, Rice has got to go and get there before all the Launceston defenders get back. He goes short, even with the breeze. That's where you would have seen Launceston just take on and go there, but he was too slow. Rice, fortunate kick, only went to 15. Finds Campbell. He swings it wide in out of Lovell with a bit of space that he's not used to. He's looking for someone to kick to, and there's no one there. So he has to go back indoors to Campbell. Bump ball. He's got Reardon on. Needs to go back to himself. Now he's beset upon and going to be called holding the footy. It's ugly from the Kingborough Tigers, Foz. That's all I can say at the moment. It is ugly. Rice had the opportunity to go and he didn't, and it's cost them. Blackberry now to Hodge. Hodge into the breeze. Thorpe hit up. Beautiful football, Launceston. And there's the difference between a team that's only lost a couple compared to a team that's only won one. That was just, you can only say what it was. It wasn't pretty from Kingborough Tigers. And they just didn't go when they should. And Kieran Lovell took the mark on half back here. He looked up, and there was a whole paddock at the top of the square here, and he wanted to kick it there. No one to go to, and their full forward was too deep. And there's been a turnover. Miller Hodge excellent off half back again, and he finds Mitch Thorpe, who's kicked 1 goal, 2 for the game. Started on fire. He's going to go short this time as Alec Wright sneaks in forward line. Turnover. Thorpe won't be happy with that one. It was on, but it was a really good defensive effort by Kingborough Tigers in Bailey Gordon. But it's only gone as far as Isaac Chugg, another intercept mark, the left footer. Tassie Devils player goes short to Polframan. Busy. Looks to go, slows up. Blackberry leads. Thorpe might like that kick again, I think. It's going to come in. Good mark in the back line there. Kingborough Tigers defender. Donnelly. It's been okay, Donnelly. Switches it wide to Zach Adams. Long sleeves. There's down the middle. Mackenzie Willis sets. Chug over the top. Well done. Nobody inside 50 for Tigers, so if they kick it, they're going to have no one to go to because Tuddill's back there. Not going to matter because it's House. Interrupted. Good effort there. Oliver Burrows Cheng. Jamison House again. Blackberry busy. Auckland. House. Didn't quite hit it with the right part of the fist. Swings it wide through Tyrrell, and he spots up here on the half-back line. Jacob Boyd. Boyd goes short to right. He's working hard today, Alec Wright, as that centre-half forward, and he's bustled across the line here in front of us by Ben Donnelly. You're listening to City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5, live on the live stream. And you're going to listen to the captain of the commentary team, Dave Moore.
Boundary throw-in, 70 metres out from Launceston's goal. The Tigers desperately need to get a goal or two here very quickly with this breeze.
Harper's got to get a free kick.
Yep.
He was held, and then he was held and pushed to the back. It had to be. And Lockie Watt's doing a pretty good job on Harper.
Yep.
Not giving him much space, but had to be a free kick.
Joby Harper up towards half forward. Riley there with Wright. Thumped away by Gardner on the boundary line. Rice is happy to see it over the boundary line. So it'll be a boundary throw-in on attacking 50 for Launceston. Late change today. Tyson Miller came in for Jack Donnellan, and also coming in was George O'Neill. And I might try and work out in a little while who dropped out for the Tigers. There's a bit of jumper holding there in the ruck contest. Auckland, handball over the top towards Blackberry. Skillful. Gets it forward. Brady Rees pushing the back. Will take the free kick. Dylan Riley there getting to the back of Brady Rees, the number 8 there for the Tigers.
Might have been Bilson, Foz. I haven't seen him
I haven't
today
seen
yet.
Bilson,
Jack Bilson. So
good call.
If he's out there, he hasn't touched it.
Elijah Reardon goes wide over here towards Blake McCulloch. Contest on the wing. Jack Tuthill. Great work getting it to Holt. Holt has a bit of space. Handball back here, but intercepted by Zach Adams. He kicks in Hope. Gets Will Campbell, who just slams it on the boot. Up the wing. Ball holds up a little bit. Almost a mark there to Jamison House. Has the recovery, then he's tackled.
Dropped it.
As Gareth Holt gets it away. Grant Holt, sorry. Now it's with Casey Brown. Sideways handball to Tuthill. Those defenders are getting lots of touches today. Oh, he's coughed it up to Campbell. He gets on his bike. Kick close to the boundary line. Looking there for a teammate in Luke Graham. Will get a free kick for over the shoulder.
A little ear massage.
So here's a chance for the Tigers. Now on the attacking side of the wing, there's Luke Graham. Kicks to an attacking position. and almost taking the mark there was Chug. House there. Taking the ball there was Bailey Gordon. He couldn't get a kick away. Little pass now from Blackberry finds Tyrrell in the back pocket.
Tyrrell in the back pocket. Another inside 50 for the Tigers goes unrewarded. Dakin, he's there in front of Lovell, and he's got another player on here in Pulverman, once again with grass in front of him, and it's the same scenario because Elijah Reardon tries to chase. He hits up Hines. Good player for Launceston is Hines. An excellent kick. That's just what they're not doing is the Tigers. That's been able to hit targets. Excellent mark down here in front of us to the inclusion in Miller. Miller tries it up right. Here's Riley again. Opportunistic. You're going to be gone though. Well done, Elijah Reardon. He's got speed and pace. And he's been rewarded now. It's going to be 50.
Yep.
So Elijah Reardon, Fozzie, he needed some reward for effort, Elijah Reardon, because he's done a lot of chasing today. We saw him nearly catch Pulverman before after he chased him about 40 metres, and he's done so again. So Reardon's going to have the free kick, Elijah Reardon. Excitement machine.
A lack of voice there, Macca. He didn't seem to have the awareness that Reardon was on his tail.
No.
Short kick now to Jared Drew. Half-back flank. Kicks a good one. Beautifully finds Mackenzie Willis. Inside 50. Carter in a wrestle. Getting across was Hodge, does well. Loose ball. Burrows-Cheng there. Oliver Burrows-Cheng off the ground. He gets a kick away. First score for the Tigers. One behind, trailing Launceston 5-5-35. As Blackberry with the kick out, keeps it low. Almost an interception there from Campbell. He does well. Now to Mackenzie Willis, little kick. Is it 15? It is. And George O'Neill, the late inclusion, takes the mark. And with this breeze behind him, he should be within range. This will be a badly needed goal for the Tigers. About 12 minutes into this second quarter. They need to get a wriggle on. So George O'Neill coming across from the SFL this year from Signet. A couple of goals in his first game. And, was omitted from the side. He's back in today. So for our radio listeners, he's about 45 out. Slight angle to the right. Kicks now. And it's going to sneak in. No, it's off to the left. One behind. Two behind to the Tigers. Launceston 5-5-35. Quickly out now to Pulverman, who takes the mark. Inside defensive 50.
Pulverman been busy. Another one who's had plenty of the footy, Miller Hodge. Pulverman just running hard. He's going to get it back here again if he wants to give it. He doesn't. Hodge plays on, takes a couple of metres. Goes short, looking for the ruckman in Auckland. Umpire blows the whistle, but it's play on. It was an advantage. There wasn't much there. And it's Will Campbell taking in a tackle. Right on centre wing. What have we had? 13 minutes gone. It's Launceston 5-5-35. They had the wind early and took advantage. Kingborough haven't done so this quarter. They're only the two behinds. And it's a secondary ball up on centre wing. So happy to throw the side around. Play that small forward at the moment. Holt's doing it at this stage. Launceston rolls up now to the stoppage. Thorpe's the deepest forward. And the Kingborough players are going to set themselves inside, but Launceston got that free player back there in Casey Brown, who rolls back from the wing. So they're going to be outnumbered even if they get the ball inside 50. Haven't been able to get enough of the footy at the stoppages, though, of the Tigers. Here's a quick hit for Kingborough. Oliver Burrows-Cheng smothered. Ball didn't go far. They've done that well today, the Launceston Blues. Plenty of pressure on the Tigers, and it's a good effort, really, backing up from Wednesday night game, the Lonnie Blues. Haven't seen much tiredness yet. We'll see how it looks in the last quarter. A little bit interesting. Harper, tremendous endurance, gives it by hand to Dakin, who sprints and goes, looks for Thorpe. One out, 1, 2, 3. Bites the cherry on McCulloch. Umpire says play on. Right's taken. Mitch Thorpe just burrows in and goes a little commando roll over the top like a bowling ball. He tried to skittle everyone. And a couple of Tigers players didn't like it much, but he actually nearly took his own player out. And Alec Wright, it's going to be a ball up. Sorty. Thorpe. Well done, Lockie. Watt tries hard at the bottom of the pack, as does Davies. Umpire's circle is going to be a ball up on Tyson Miller. So plenty out there in front of the can bar, sitting in underneath. A little bit of rain earlier in the day during the D-League game, which was won convincingly by Launceston. Lovell, left and right. That's what he can do, Kieran Lovell. Just leaves everyone behind. Got no much of a target there, as he misses the target in Marcus Gardner. Snap around the corner for Sam Dygan. Left foot, but Isaac Chug, another intercept mark on half-back flank, Dave.
Chug switches now to Boyd. So Jacob Boyd, defensive side of the wing, looks to go wide. Now he goes straight down the ground. Can't spot up a target. Although doing well now is Fletcher Seymour. He kicks towards half forward. Dakin can't quite take the mark. Chance now here for the Tigers. That's Bailey Gordon right in front of us here. He picks it up. Well done, Bailey Gordon. Gets the handball away towards Jared Drew, who might have got held without it. Now he has to play on as he's paid advantage. Jared Drew kicks inside 50, barrels the kick. Here's a chance for Luke Graham up against Isaac Chug. Chug's got the pace. It's going to spill out of bounds. So long kick there from Jared Drew. Probably went about 70 metres from where he kicked it to where it ended up. So a direct play there. So they've got an attacking opportunity here. Yes, Macca?
Yeah, he's a solid player, isn't he, Drew? You called it, told me off screen earlier today that, keep an eye on him. He's someone you saw the other week. He didn't play up here against North Launceston, but he's got good size.
Gardner gets it down here towards Willis, who's burrowing hard. Now it's a chance for Tyrrell. Zach Adams has got it. He snaps for goal, Zach Adams, to the goal square. And it's thumped through by the Launceston defence. Jamison House sees it through for another behind, so that's their third. 3 behinds for the Kingborough Tigers. Launceston 5-5-35. And we've been playing 16 and a half minutes. Won't be a long quarter. Jake Smith short to Tyrrell, who takes the mark just outside the defensive goal square.
It's the confidence and belief, isn't it, of the Tigers at the moment. They lose the toss and have to go against the breeze, and if they win the toss and go with it, it might be a different story, but at the moment they're just playing with it as a team. It's just not much confidence compared to this time last year where they were up and about and really pushing for finals. Tough last few weeks. Burrows Chen can help it though. She's going to go inside 50, but just that extra player. Launceston continue to get it back, and on this occasion it's Jamison House. House spots up Jake Smith, still inside defensive 50. Dakin, been busy today. It's up Boyd. This is where they control the football. They're playing exactly how they want to play it, with the wind and against it, and he finds Pulverman. Takes their time. This is what I thought Kingborough probably should have done in that first quarter today. Just slowed it up a little bit, taken some time off. Hines, good grab. Marcus Davies had to do more, the experienced one. Hines to Holt. Holt looks to step and go and can't. It's going to be a free kick. Brady Reese, and that's why he couldn't go, because Brady Reese was in his protected zone. Holt's a left footer, tried to come back on it and couldn't. He's going to get a free kick about, 30 metres out from goal by the time he kicks it. And, the Tigers, Foz, I don't know. You've seen them a couple of times this year. They just look a bit dejected, don't they? And they've got quality out there. They've got 6 or 7 really good, high-quality TSL players. But just can't get anywhere near it at the moment. When they do, they kick it straight to Launceston. So Holt going to kick for goal. The first goal that we're going to see at this end of the ground. Leans back and kicks it. Does Holt. So Grant Holt gets on the board. The first goal of the quarter. And it goes to Launceston, which is not great for the Kingborough Tigers, as Grant Holt kicks his first, and the 6th for the Launceston Blues, Dave Moore.
Yeah, they controlled the game this quarter into the breeze, Mac, there's no doubt about that. And look, gee, that back line are just forming a really solid unit. They were okay Wednesday night. I mean, North Launceston got away a few times, but they only kicked the 8 goals.
They were, they were very, very good. They were right in the game, at quarter time, and then it just sort of petered out a little bit in that second half. But they only lost by 3 goals, let's be honest, but it's Seymour on Wednesday night.
That young brigade, though, House, Boyd, Tyrrell, etc.
Yeah.
Really fine unit back there. Back in the middle of Windsor Park. So we're at the 18, nearly 19-minute mark. Won't be long to go in this quarter. Can the Tigers get a quick one? Just to lift their confidence before half-time. Here's Dakin, tackled by Davies. Lost control of the ball, might have been holding the ball. Taken now by Zach Adams. He kicks towards and inside attacking 50. Tyrrell, once again, very reliable. Had a lot of possession so far. High kick towards the boundary line. He'll be happy if it goes over, and it does. It's half-time. We're joined by the president of the Launceston Footy Club, Sandra Bowen. She's just over here to my right now. So we'll have a chat to her after we have our half-time messages from the studio.
Sneak to the canteen.
You might need a hot Milo, Macca.
Oh, something.
There's a boundary throw in. Taken there by Auckland. And there's the half-time siren. And half-time, it's Launceston 6-5-41. Tigers 3 behinds, 3 points. If you'd like to run through the goal kickers, Macca.
Yeah, the goal kickers. Dylan Riley with 2. Looked for the third, but apart from an excellent tackle it was by Elijah Reardon, so he stopped his third. So Riley with 2.
Thorpe, Alec Wright, Jay Blackberry, and the last one to Grant Holt. And unfortunately, Foz, no goal kickers for the Tigers.
And a lot of enthusiasm in the Launceston camp there, a lot of high fives and congratulations. So they're pretty happy, and so they should be after a dominant first half.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And as I said, I'm just really disappointed in the Tigers, just the way they're playing as well. And they've had opportunities inside 50s that quarter. Grooves with the breeze. What was it, Foz?
You're on the mic there, Grooves. Tell us.
8 apiece in that quarter.
Yeah, 8 apiece. So they still allowed Launceston to get inside 50, even though a lot of theirs were shallow entries. Tigers just couldn't connect with only one mark from each team inside 50. So it's a battle. It's a cold day. It's a windy day. But the Tigers have got a lot to think about, because if Launceston come out in the third quarter with this wind, they can really put them away, and then they can start thinking about resting a few players in this second half. Launceston, of course, they've got Glenorchy here next week in another big clash.
We haven't talked much about Timmy Auckland, but another dominant performance there. 26 sit-outs to 10.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
No, very much so. And just too athletic at the moment for big Marcus Gardner.
Right, we'll take a break here at half-time. It's half-time. It's 6-5-41 the Blues. The Tigers 3 behind 3 points. And in a minute or so, we're back with the president of the Launceston Footy Club in Sandra Boland.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
If you need help with machinery and transport, why don't you give Ken a call at Tasstar Transport? It's like a one-stop shop. Container transport and sales, side loader services, machinery transport, moving of transportable buildings, airbag lifting system, pilot vehicle services, boat transport, local and interstate, tilt trays in all sizes and secure storage facilities available. Tasstar Transport will arrange everything. Leave it to the experts. Phone Ken on 0428 528 069. A sponsor of City Park Radio. You're listening to Tasmanian State League Football on City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Windsor Park. It's Dave Moore, Matthew McGee and Dave Gruber bringing you all the action in the great game here between Launceston and the Tigers. 6-5-41 to the Tigers, 3 behind 3 points. And it's with great pleasure you have joining us here in the commentary position, Sandra Boland, the president of the Launceston Footy Club. G'day, Sandra.
Hello.
How you going?
Good.
Are you be happy with that scoreline?
Yeah, so far so good.
Look, we're in the COVID experience at the moment, and as president of a footy club, how much extra work has it been, these home games, getting the game underway? How much extra organisation and administration is there?
There's a lot more extra organisation. We're relying a lot more on volunteers, and luckily enough we've had a lot step up, but they've got to do obviously all of the cleaning quite regularly to make sure that everybody's kept safe. Obviously lesser numbers has been the hardest thing to deal with, because when they say 500 and you're selling tickets for the whole day, at no time is there really 500 here. That's probably been the hardest and the most stressful, because there's always disappointed people, and because there's less on this year, I think there's a lot more people coming to the footy, which is really exciting. But I'm really proud of everyone at Launceston, supporters, members, sponsors, all stood up, and we're travelling really well off field as well as on field. And of course, to supplement things, I mean, I look over there at the moment and you've got people in some of the boxes over there, and on other days this year behind us here you've had people in the function centre. So do those people count in the 500? Can you have those at the ground? No, 500 out on the ground, which includes players and officials, and then depending on the space of each area, as long as they've got the 2x1 distancing, so we've measured up a lot of rooms. And then if you put in tables and things to sit at, because they have to be seated if they're drinking alcohol, then you take that number back out of the figure. So, for example, next week's Pink Day, that room can be 102. Pop some tables in, we can only have 92. Whereas last year, I think we're heading towards 140 people. So we were sold out before we could even advertise the Pink Day next week. And how happy are you that we've got a season underway? I mean, I suppose if we think back in the dark days there of March and April, it looked a little bit doubtful, but you know, how did you receive the news that there was going to be a season? We fought really hard to get a season up, so we're really happy when it did come about, but there was a lot of work to do it, and AFL Tas, especially PK at Glenorchy and Mitch, did a lot of help to organise rostering and that sort of thing, and to squeeze in the Wednesday night game, which didn't please everybody, but it was just like, let's get a season away and make it a fair season. So, yeah, we're really excited about it when it started.
Now, you mentioned before about the club and how it was going financially. So, obviously, it puts a bit of a strain not being able to have those full crowds and those sort of things. But how has the club managed to, without giving us too many details, I know you can't, but how have you managed to survive this period?
We've actually probably in the best position we've ever been. You've got to consider we've lost $70,000 from AFL Tas this year, but the players like to step away and say, yep, we're going to play, no money, no funds at all to the players, we're not paying for anything for them. So that's a huge chunk of it, which has been excellent. There's been no drama. There's been no one saying, well, I'm not playing here then. Like, everybody's been really supportive. All the sponsorships, all the player sponsors, everybody's up and like, what can I do for you? How else can I help? So that all counts for so much, and it's a great positive vibe. And, there is a bit of money each week. There's a smaller gate. There's the bar. There's the canteen. Everybody's still here and they're still purchasing. So we just keep moving forward best we can.
And the future, obviously, next year, there's been a change at the head of AFL Tasmania, and Damien Gill has popped in for Trish Squires. Have you had a chance to talk to Damien yet, or would you like to do that in the near future?
I've spoken to Damien and congratulated him and sort of said, where are we heading next year? And he's quite excited about the position, which is really good. I haven't had a chance to talk to Trish. She's obviously busy trying to work out the logistics of moving her family or whatever that may entail. I have no idea where that leaves us as a state. I'm not sure if he'll be guided a lot more by Docklands or not, but Damien's invested in the TSL and he's really excited about what he can do next year. So it's, as the presidents, we'll probably catch up and have a chat about it, and we'll all stick together like we do in the last few years. Have been trying times, and we've done a good job to each year get us back on the park.
Let's talk about on-field now. So, obviously a couple of losses weren't ideal. The one against Clarence, a funny old game here that day, and then, of course, going down to North during the week. But are you happy with how things are going on the field this year?
Yeah, definitely. Mitch has put a lot of work in. It was a difficult and trying time in that they couldn't even catch up and see each other face to face. So it was a lot of Zoom meetings and things like that, which was unusual. And then they got into training in pairs. So I think that was nice for people to get to know different people, because we didn't sort of put friends with friends. We put 1 with 2 and 3 with 4 and things like that. So they got to know different people a little bit better, I suppose, than what they would have before. And then we went into the groups of 10 and we increased slowly from there, just sticking to the protocols all the way through. And it's been a really long season, so it's nice that they are here now and they're getting to do it again. It's not always going to be perfect. Even the loss to North wasn't as big as it could have been. We kept them to like nothing or 1 point in the last quarter, so to be fighting to the end was a really big thing.
You're listening to City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5, and watching the TSL live stream. It's half-time at 6-5-41 the Blues. The Tigers 3 behinds 3 points. And we're talking to the president of the Launceston Footy Club in Sandra Boland. And Sandra, just talking about Mitch, you appointed him a few years ago now. You must be pleased with the way he's brought the club back into those finals contentions and hopefully maybe going all the way. Yeah,
definitely. I get on really well with Mitch and we bounce a lot off each other. We talk probably daily, I would say, if not 3 or 4 times a day. He's worked really hard. He does a lot of hours. He puts a lot of time in. And, we're really, really pleased with our choice.
The facility here at Windsor Park, are there any plans for the future for further development?
Yeah, definitely. The council had put in and they'd been approved for new lights and new ground, but that all sort of went by the wayside this year. Yep. So that's back in the budget, I think, for future, and that'll be exciting.
And, of course, having the oval over the back here, we've had to use that a couple of times this year near the Launceston Christian School. That's been a bit of a bonus, having that extra oval, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been, to put the 18s over there and allow the women to play in the same day as us here. It'd be great if we did have the lights and we could do 4 running games, but it's been exciting this year that the TSL's been able to find the umpiring to put all the same games on the same day.
And, of course, any footy club, and it's right around the state, all the TSL, SFL, NTFA, all the leagues rely a lot on volunteers, and you've got a good volunteer group here at Lonnie?
We do. We've got some regulars that have been here for a very long time and we would be lost without, but a lot of other people have sort of stood up and they're like, what can we do? Because everybody wants to be at the game. The excitement around the club has been great, and people have just been amazing to step up and help out in whatever way they can.
And also here you've got a very strong old players network too, haven't you?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
So the Windsorians, I think
Yep.
Malcolm Atkins has helped get that back off the ground this year, and they're all really excited and got a couple of functions to try and raise a bit of money and see how they can help the club out. They're really excited. They're here each week, quite a different bunch of them all the time. As I said, there's not a lot else that people could do there for a while, so this is something exciting for them to come down to, and because we have been quite successful on field, that's been exciting too.
And the NTJFA side of things,
Yep,
numbers are good there?
Yep. I mean, obviously we sort of went backwards a little bit there for a couple of years, and I think the whole state did. We put a lot of effort into numbers when we were fighting for the TSL a couple of years ago, so I'd like to see a bit more go back into that in the future, but it's probably just not the right time to be looking at that at the moment. But we've still got we're fielding a team in every age group, which is really, really good. So it's a really shortened season for them.
And just thinking about the finals too, obviously it's 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3.
Yes.
If it was possible, would you like a final here?
Oh yes,
at
definitely.
Windsor Park, I mean?
Yeah. No, we'd love to have a final here. We enjoyed that last year, and it's a great opportunity to make more money for the club again. And with the shortened season, you're missing out on 3 home games and things like that. So, and again, restricted by numbers. It'd be nice to see the numbers lift for that, just so that we didn't have to worry so much about that, and we could allow a lot more people, especially here. You can see there's so many cars and things that people are distancing. So, yeah.
I'm sure Damien's listening. He's probably taking that there. So, Damien, if you're listening, Sandra would like a final. Sandra, look, well done to you and obviously all the presidents and everybody involved with the TSL this year and getting the season underway. And well done on all your hard work. And we'll let you get back and watch the second half.
Thank you very much.
That's Sandra Boland here on City Park Radio and the TSL live stream from the Launceston Football Club. We thank her for giving her a time today. And we'll take a break here on the live stream and also on City Park Radio. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
It's a very simple idea. The annual can drive organised by Zest and the Launceston Benevolent Society. During this month, when you go shopping, purchase a few more cans and packs of non-perishable food and drop them off at City Park Radio. And you'll be helping to put some food on the table for people who are doing it tough. City Park Radio is accepting your cans and packets during our office hours, Monday to Friday, 9:30am to 3pm. If you fill our box, we'll get another one, and another one, and we'll keep the boxes coming until September 7th. Happy to help our local community with the 2020 Can Drive at City Park Radio.
King's Furniture at Kings Meadows is one of the finest furniture showrooms in Tasmania. Just at the bottom of Youngtown Hill, this huge furniture store is an absolute treat to visit. Our range of electric full-motion lounge suites and lift recliners is just stunning. We are the biggest lazy boy gallery in Tassie, and our range of solid timber dining is impressive. This is no ordinary furniture store. This is King's Furniture, serving the North for over 40 years, and you won't get better value anywhere. King's Furniture, 274 Hobart Road, open 7 days. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football on City Park Radio.
Welcome back. I neglected earlier today to go through the scores in the early games here, so I'll do that right now. In the under-18s, it was Launceston 15-11-101, defeated the Tigers 3-1-19, and in the Development League, Launceston 11-12-78, defeated the Tigers 4-5-29. Half-time here in the TSL, so both teams are now out on the ground. It's Launceston 6-5-41 to the Tigers 3 behind 3 points. Macca, you got some of the individual stats there.
Yeah, look, Jay Blackberry had a big second quarter. He had 10 in that quarter for 14 for the half, including 6 tackles, 7 contested possessions. Ryan Tyrrell had 12 off that half-back sort of wing roll. Fletcher Seymour had 11 for the half. Jared Dakin with 11, a little bit quieter that quarter, including 5 contested possessions for the half. Joby Harper with 10 and Brody Polferman with 10. Kieran Lovell, they've kept him pretty quiet. He's only had the 10 possessions, has Kieran Lovell.
Okay, so both teams back out on the ground. Trent Bormula, what would he have said at half-time, Macca? They've got to take a few more chances, take the game on a bit.
Well, the problem is, Foz, you're kicking into a 5-goal breeze this quarter,
true.
So I think they've just got to be as close as they can, defend their hearts out this quarter, put 2 back behind the footy if you have to. They've got enough. they've got enough midfield depth there to hold the ball up and win the clearances. So they've got to be in the game at three-quarter time. Okay, if they can sneak one game out the other way, but they can't allow Launceston to kick 5 goals this quarter. Otherwise, it's going to get ugly. So defend, play the boundary line, hold the ball up, keep the ball in close, don't give Launceston any space. Just be real antagonistic for the first, 15 minutes of this quarter. Just keep it in tight, frustrate, punch the ball. Because that's all Launceston did. They just kept being in the right spots. Jamison House has been excellent behind the football, and the amount of times that the Tigers have kicked him the ball and Miller Hodge the ball and Boyd the ball, intercept marks, have been ridiculous. So if the Tigers can just do that, they can be, within 3 to 4 goals at three-quarter time, and then just go all guns blazing, and then you take the game on, then you have a crack. And look, if you lose by 5 or 6, so be it. But you've got to be in the game at three-quarter time.
Absolutely, just need to keep in touch. Now, let's talk Sailors football. Our old mate Blair Brownless is maybe listening down there, so the St Pat's team had a good win over Hutchins yesterday. Yeah, good win over Hutchins. Hutchins was very good for the first 3 quarters. They were right in the game at three-quarter time, only 20 points down. Their forwards were causing the St Pat's defenders some headaches there as well. And St Pat's were 20 points up at three-quarter time and ended up winning quite convincingly. A really big last quarter, ended up running away by nearly 10 goals. So, led by the captain in Jackson Callow, he kicked 6. Foz probably should have kicked about 10. Played mostly predominantly full forward yesterday in very windy conditions at St Pat's Oval. Bit of contrast to Wednesday where he played in defence. Well, that's good for his development, isn't it, that was there. But he kicked 6, and there's a final round of games this Friday. It'll be Guildford Young playing against Scotch Oakburn at Scotch Oakburn, and it'll be Launceston Church Grammar playing against Hutchins. At the grand final in the venue are pretty much sorted? Yeah, so it looks as though it'll be that Saturday the 12th of September around about 11:30, and we're hoping that Guildford will host it, being the top of the ladder team, and it'll most probably be at North Hobart Oval if Blair Brownless can swing some services down there. So that'll be a good game, hopefully live streamed somewhere along the line on that 12th of September. Okay, we're back in the middle. It was funny that the two teams came out well before the umpires. The umpires usually come out and had a bit of a run around. In fact, the first siren went before the umpires appeared, so they were giving the umpires a hurry along. I reckon they were enjoying a little bit of coffee. I tell you what, because when I got down there, once you get out of this grandstand is actually quite sheltered. You get around there behind the goals and around where the can bar is, it's really windy and quite freezing, to be honest. Okay, second half action about to start. Can the Tigers claw their way back into this game? They're trailing at the moment 6-5, 41 to 3 behinds. Umpire raised the ball off. Thanks to our sponsors, Andrew Doyle, Telstra Stores, Quadrant Mall, Brisbane Street Mall and Kings Meadows. Here's Matthew McGee. Gardner up against Auckland. Auckland wins convincingly, but only goes as far as Mackenzie Willis. He gives it up to Blackberry. Another touch for him. Inside 50, 2 against 1. Thorpe can't get anything now. Coming out here was the former Burnie player in Jared Drew. Kick off the ground. Alec Wright in front of him. Held in the tackle. Finds Taylor. Snaps it across the shoulder. They're going to defend here are the Tigers. Comes out in front, Kingborough Tigers, Lockie Griggs. Over to Elijah Reardon. They're away. Needs to hit this target. Goes over the top of his teammate there in Eddie Burrows, Cheng. Boyd's got him. Nice clean pick-up, I should say. Blackberry, underground handball, centre wing. Tyrrell squares it up and finds Boyd. So Boyd, plenty of players in front of him. There's only 1-2 sets behind him. Goes long and strong inside 50. The big fella sets, and well done there, Marcus Gardner. That's what we wanted to see in that first quarter, Foz. Just him be there and just be a pain. Gives it back to Lovell. Gives a little shimmy. Tips it up forward. Here looking for and finding Will Campbell, halfback flank. Good mark. This is where they need to slow it down. Take their time. Soak the clock up a little bit. Keep the ball out of Launceston's hands. Campbell kicks it up towards the ruckman. Well done, Chug. Been good off half-back. Intercept possessions. Falls fortunately in the arms of Hines. He gives his opponent there, Sam Rice, a couple of afters. Here's Thorpe. He's away. He's going to get it, Mitch Thorpe. Falls in front, off one step, snap Mitch Thorpe, and like the start of the first, he snaps and kicks a behind. So I thought that kick was right down in his throat, to be honest. The angle got me, but Mitch Thorpe was well away from his opponent and should have hit the mark and kicked the goal, but not to be. Jared Drew out from fullback. Kicks it long. Big fly, Casey Brown, nearly a mark. Swinging for goal now is Blackberry. It's off to the left. It's going to fall inside play. Nearly a mark there near the goal square to Riley, but he can't quite take it. So it's fallen out of bounds right near the left behind post. So Launceston deep in attack. A lot of players in the attacking 50. Boundary throw in. Gardner and Thorpe. Gardner does well. Wins the tap out. Nobody can take clean possession. So it'll be another ball up.
This is where the Tigers, if they can soak this up in this forward pocket for 5 minutes, bring it out to this boundary side and just keep defending, and as I said, try and be in the game at three-quarter time.
Thorpe this time wins it. Falls to Riley. Can't take clean possession. Now the umpire blows the whistle.
That doesn't help.
And there's a free kick, and it's going to go to Dylan Riley. I didn't quite see what it was for.
Jared Drew held on after he got rid of it. Yeah, held on without possession.
So Dylan Riley, he's kicked, let me see, two today, both in the first quarter. So he's about 25 out, 45-degree angle. We're right behind this one. If you're watching the stream, you'll be able to see this. Have to allow for the wind. Will he set it out to the right? He does it pretty well. Straight through the middle. 3 goals to Dylan Riley. Back in form here today at Windsor Park. And that's their 7th goal for the Blues. They move on to 7 goals, 6:48. And they lead the Tigers 3 behind 3 points. How many goals for the year now for Dylan Riley?
That would be an even 20, David.
It's his 20 goals for the year. Of course, he rejoined the Blues halfway through last season after a stint with Meander Valley Suns, wearing the number 88. But he's having a good season for the Blues this year. Kicked a few goals at the corresponding fixture earlier this year at the Twin Ovals. You'll see City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5. And the TSL live stream. Back in the middle. Umpire throwing the ball up. Auckland, big tap. Not really to advantage though. Taken there by Zach Adams. Tumbles a punt up here towards half forward. It clears Dygan. Taken there by Sordy. Gets the handball away to Griggs. Back further now to Davies. Davies takes it. Up here towards Mackenzie Willis, who drops the mark. Pressure there from Tyrrell has been great. One of the best. Off to Casey Brown. Now towards Thorpe. He's outside his 50, flies to the mark. Well done, Blake McCulloch. Recovery right, keeps it in. Donnelly's got it. Support from Blake McCulloch. Great work there by the Tigers defence. But it's intercepted now by Casey Brown. He swung in the tackle. He still gets the handball away to Seymour. Seymour's handball's not great to Miller. He does manage to recover. Nice kick inside 50. Mark dropped there by Taylor at full stretch. And I think that's Riley who's tackled to the ground. So it's at left half forward for the Blues. They lead 48-3.
Tigers have got it all before them. They need to kick some goals, or they need to at least hold Launceston up here for as long as they can. Good handball, Campbell. Lovell, kick smothered. Dakin, Blackberry, a couple of the better players there. Hit up and finds Alec Wright. Alec Wright is well within range with this breeze.
That was a great kick from Blackberry.
He's very clever, Jay Blackberry. Quiet the other night. Didn't play a lot of midfield time, just couldn't get the hands on the footy. And this is going to be Alec Wright, straight in front. He'll kick from right on the 50, if not a little bit beyond it. But the breeze is right at his back, quite strong towards the City end of the ground here. He leans back. It's not a great kick. It's going to go right forward pocket and out of bounds. So did not hit that one at all well. And it's going to be a free kick in the back half here for the Kingborough Tigers. So the Tigers, they need something to happen. Donnelly out the back. Here's Jamison House, defended all day with that fist. The amount of times that ball was hit his fist today, Foz, I've called it a few times. He's just a big man mountain, isn't he, Jamison House? Playing in a role that he probably hasn't played a lot of before. Right as a centre half back proposition. Played as a big-bodied midfield, a bit like a Joby Harper the last couple of years in the Devils, and even a little bit forward. But in this role, here's Blackberry again beyond 50. Goes to the top of the square. It's another Blackberry special. And there's his second goal for the day from outside 50. And he just got it from the stoppage. He's on the move, and the clever South Launceston Premiership player just goes bang, does Jay Blackberry. And he's definitely been a plus for Launceston this year after missing some time with a knee reco. He came back, late last year, wasn't it? Played mid last year.
Played mainly forward last year.
Yes, but that's his second.
I'm just watching it here now. He got really good carry on that kick. He was about 60 out.
Just too smart, too clever, and just great skills. Wasn't a great kick off the boot, but just hit it on the right part of the footy, and it just went, and the players had their arms up. They could tell it was going to go with the breeze there. That's his second for the day, Fozzle.
Back in the middle, and Auckland wins the tap down towards Dakin. Shark by Sorty, who's getting some time in the middle. That's now Casey Brown. He's been good today. He dances around. He kicks towards the outer side of Windsor Park. Not a great option with the breeze, as it's now forced out of bounds. It's reminding you, Mackie, you've got the 3-2-1 job today.
Oh, well, Maxie Walker,
Birthday
boy's just sent me a text saying he's really enjoying his time inside. In fact, he's going to take his jumper off. It's that warm. Just stirring us up a little bit, is Max. Happy birthday, of course, to Max.
He'll be analysing your 3-2-1, there's no doubt about it.
He will.
There's Cooper Sorty. Can't kick it off the ground. Dakin fighting hard.
I can pretty much eliminate one team from the 3-2s and 1s at this stage, unless there's a massive turnaround. So that makes things easy. Oz, we'll get back to you. Dakin, here he is.
Yep, tap down to Dakin. Thorpe in the contest with McCulloch. Thorpe wins it, gets a left foot kick away somehow towards Hines, who can't take it. Now it's with Zach Adams. Might have got one high from Harper. Tigers player down holding his head. He's slow to get up. That's Sam Rice, who's tried hard all day in a battle with Dylan Riley. What do you made of Dakin's game, Macca?
Oh, well, he's found a lot more of the football, hasn't he? And he's shown a little bit of speed from the stoppages. He's been quite serviceable today.
Blood rule to Blake McCulloch. We had a good battle a few weeks ago with Bart McCulloch. As you can hear the wind now, it's starting to get up in our effects, Mike. Thankfully, we had no rain since the start of the game. And we're just a delay as Blake McCulloch makes his way off the ground. Brady Rees comes on. Take up a defensive position. So Thorpe in the ruck contest out towards Riley. Or was he held without it? Play on. Rice takes it. He's tackled. Umpire ball up right at the top of the goal square. So dangerous here. They've got lots of players, Launceston, who can snap goals from this sort of position.
What are the inside 50s, Dave Gruber?
We'll get to him in a second as Thorpe gets it out here towards Riley. Riley to Blackberry for his number 3. Yes, indeed. On the right foot this time. Jay Blackberry snaps his third. Second in a couple of minutes. And away they go now, 9 goals, 660. Kingborough 3 behind, 3 points. And I picked at Macca. I said they're dangerous in those sort of set positions. They've got lots of players who can snap goals. And sure enough, Jay Blackberry popped up. Macca asked you the question about the inside 50s groups. What do you got for us?
6 to Launceston. Tigers, I don't think they've got a pass half forward yet.
Okay, there we go. Clearances?
Clearances are 4 to Launceston, 3 to the Tigers this quarter.
And Auckland continuing with the hit-outs?
Yeah,
dominance?
Dominant again. Yeah, 7 to 3 so far this quarter.
Jay Blackberry. Gee, he's going to be an important player come finals time, Macca, with that experience. And, of course, he's been there with South Launceston and the Storm.
Definitely. Yeah, he's played state footy as well, including underage. Here comes Pulfreman, another clearance to Launceston, inside 50. Groups has got the pen going fast now, finds Hines, and the ball goes out of bounds in front of him on the far forward pocket side of the ground here at Windsor Park as they roll up to Launceston. Good structures here are the Launceston Football Club. Thorpe against Sorty in the ruck. I'll grab the binoculars, it's a little bit beyond me. Sorty, good left palm down. All the players fight over it. Casey Brown's one of them, and it's stalemate. That would have been a ball up in basketball, and it's going to be a ball up by the umpire here in the footy. Thorpe just lets Gardner do the ruck work himself. Mackenzie Willis, haven't seen a real lot of him today, Foz, to be honest. Mackenzie Willis, chug, good across half back to Boyd, slipped as he handballed and it hit the deck. Well done in the back line there, Kingborough Tigers, Zach Adams. Up and under kick, doesn't go far. Jamison House puts that big body down. Well done, Miller Hodge, half back. Jake Smith, good. By hand again. Tyrrell, left foot. It's a forward punt. It's ugly. Sam Rice in front of Hines. Oh, coming through well was Dakin. He hits up Riley. If he bounces and sits, he'll get another one, Dylan Riley. And he does. Well done, Launceston, from half back here. The hands were beautiful. It wasn't a great kick from Tyrrell, but it was good enough, and brilliant play from Jared Dakin. Ended up finding Riley out the back, and that's what he does, Riley.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mac, he gets a lot of goals like that.
He just continues to read it, and he runs at the right times, and the ball falls in his arms. And we mentioned here the other week when we did the North Hobart game, I think it was, and we said, it can't be flukes. Lauderdale,
yep.
Lauderdale, it can't be flukes, because he just continues to do it, doesn't he? And It's look, he's a terrific forward, and that's 4 for the day now. Dylan Riley, 2 in the first and 2 in the third.
He just had the awareness. He lacked awareness in that second quarter when he got caught, but that time he had the awareness that he was under pressure from Jared Drew.
Yep.
And he got the kick away quickly. And it's 10-6, 66 now to 3 behind, 3 points. Back in the middle, here's Seymour to Harper, up towards half forward. Clears it the contest to Hines, to Miller. Miller's caught with it, well tackled by Elijah Reardon, and he'll win the free kick for the Tigers at half back. So Elijah Reardon hasn't been their worst today. He gets over towards Brady Rees. It bounces a millimetre inside the boundary line. So just a sureness by foot sometimes, Mac, of the Tigers. That's what's let them down today.
They just haven't been able to control the footballers at all. When do we start looking at the record books, Foz? We saw a very low-scoring game here the other week, 2 goals to 1.
That's
There's
right.
a team at the moment that haven't scored much at all, so we won't talk about it just yet, but...
Well, it's a similar situation, Macca, in round 3, where I think the Tigers had a couple of points on the board till three-quarter time.
Kicked two odd in the last quarter, didn't it? 2 goals.
Luke Graham kicked one from memory in the last quarter, so we'll see what happens. As out from the contest comes Dygan, gets it to Bailey Gordon. Bailey Gordon goes short, finds Carter, handballs back to Dygan, now to Willis. This is good from the Tigers. Willis wheels around on his right, spots up a teammate in George O'Neill.
That's better class, isn't it, Mackenzie Willis?
O'Neill now, couple kicks out from goal, sits it up, contest, 3 against 1, thumped away by the Launceston defence. Casey Brown, he runs into the behind post now. This will be interesting. Play on as it's released, kicked out of the contest by Ollie Burrows-Cheng, and it goes through from behind. I think
so if he runs into the goal post, home post, is it not a boundary throw-in?
Or is it deliberate, perhaps?
Well, the ball didn't cross the line, but if he's got the ball and he hits the post, can you just bounce off the post, can you?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one for the...
a few scenarios there.
I need my umpire, Dom Shaliro, to get back to me on that one.
Great mark there. Harper at half back. Plays on. Long kick. It'll clear right and go to Hines, who takes it on his chest. Wheels and goes. He's invited to play on now. He's caught from behind. Yep. And he's dispossessed. Holding the ball. Rice now kicks forward quickly towards Luke Graham. Luke Graham falls over in the contest. He does get it out the back, though. Kick inside 50 by Campbell. Chance for Carter. Little handball. Bit hot there for Bailey Gordon. And here go the Launceston defence now through Seymour.
Oh, they defend so well, the Launceston Blues. Seymour has the time to spot up. He was looking for Tyrrell, but the ball fell in the arms of Dakin, who tried to bounce. Wasn't good. Really nice handball over the top. Back to Tyrrell. That was over the top of Lovell. Here's Hines. He's going to set the left foot boomer. He started out to the right. That's not going to come back. And it's going to continue to go through for a behind. He could have had a good shot there, I reckon, Jaden Hines. Start at left goal post, and that's a goal. But he misses, and it's through for a behind. So the score, 10-7-67 Launceston. Kingborough Tigers 0-4, 4 behinds, and that's their score. Holt from the kick in, finds Riley, is it?
There he is again.
He's found it. He's on his knees, and he's found the chest mark. An opportunistic kick by Holt. Once again, it wasn't pretty, but today's not pretty, doesn't have to be. And Dylan Riley's going to line up for a little bag of 5.
I thought Grant Holt was good Wednesday night too, Macca, for the Blues.
He was okay, wasn't he? He's got speed, he's got pace, and I mentioned about his connections to South Launceston. Still does some coaching up there with the juniors. So I don't know whether he managed to do that today as well. Maybe this morning. Riley sets himself. The umpire hasn't moved. That is classic Dylan Riley. He's kicked 3 for the quarter. He's kicked 5 for the game. And Dylan Riley, he's kicked, 22 for the season, Foz.
Yeah, he's in hot form today, Mac, there's no doubt about it. 11-7-73 to Kingborough, 4 behind, 4 points. Who played on Riley Wednesday night, Mac?
Nankervis.
Nankervis, that's right.
Played very well.
It's one of the best.
Yeah, just clamped him, didn't he?
Yep, certainly did, but he's got off the leash today.
He loves it here at Windsor Park.
So we've got 11-7-73. This quarter we've seen them kick, 5 goals.
Yeah, but it just started in the back line again. They were actually outnumbered, Launceston, and then they just defend, and then their use of hand was beautiful through the middle. Opportunistic, fortunate, I should say, the Tyrrell and Dakin thing, but look, they ended up kicking the goal, but it starts in the back line.
It does, as from the stoppage, Lovell is tackled to a standstill. Slightly the attacking side of the centre circles now for the Blues. Auckland wins the tap. Taken there by Dygan. He's slung to the ground by Paul Freeman. Another ball up. As the ex-demon Dygan gets off the carpet. There's the ball back to the umpire. Auckland, little tap out. Nicely to Seymour, who's worked his way into this game nicely. round the corner. Long kick. It's going to bounce to the advantage of Hines. He gets it now. He wheels. He handballs over towards Taylor. Hot one. Hard one to handle. So it might be cleared out here by Burrows Ching. That's Oliver. He's dispossessed. Chance for Launceston once again. Taylor again. Little handball. Can't find the target. That's Davies, I think, is tackled. And it'll be a ball up in a dangerous position for the Tigers as they try to hold back the floodgates here. Jay Black re-emerges. Once again, they're dangerous from these spots. Are they Blues? Little tap out there towards Dakin. He's surrounded by Tigers players. Another ball up.
As I drove down the West Tamar Highway, Foz, I crossed the bridge there at the gorge and the water was flowing. I think it's very similar here. The floodgates are opened.
As Riley taps it to his own advantage. Gets a little handball away now to Alec Wright, who launches for goal. It floats across the face for a behind. 11-8-74 Launceston. Kingborough 4 behinds, 4 points.
Kingborough, it's just the biggest thing now is to see whether they can kick one through the big sticks. They've only kicked the 4 behinds today. Tigers outside 50. Ball comes down Willis, good give, but puts his teammate in Lockie Griggs under the pump. Turnover, Tyrrell. Riley sets, Thorpe disrupts. Oh, here's Riley. Well, Fozzie Moore, that is unbelievable because Thorpe just skittled him. I thought Riley had gone down, but he comes up the back, jumps up, and the ball falls in, and that's 6. 6 of the best, Dylan Riley, 4 for the quarter.
That's incredible.
I'll run out of room in the program.
And there's a bit of afters there, but it just fell beautifully to him, and he just sailed into goal and delivered.
Wow.
And it's a masterclass here at the moment from Dylan Riley.
It's a Dylan Riley masterclass. He'll be up there in the votes, Foz.
No doubt about it. Now,
I think I'm going to have a pretty easy job today.
Now, my Southern co-commentator Anthony Osborne's come good with the records, Macca.
Okay, good.
Tigers lowest score 2-2-14 versus Launceston, round 14, 2014.
2-2-14.
And that's also the lowest score that's against Launceston as well in the TSL. So there you go. So 2-2-14 is the target.
Is that the lowest score ever in the TSL? Is that
no, for the Tigers.
Oh, for the Tigers.
Yeah.
What about ever?
Not sure.
Well, if you can have a listen.
Anthony, get onto
it. Get onto it. Mackenzie Willis is going to do his best to get that out of the way, and he gives it to Luke Graham, who just punches it across the line. They look for deliberate, but it's not going to be. So the Tigers, they're right up against it here.
70 points the margin.
Mackenzie Willis, he's been in quarantine for a couple of weeks, played his first game last week and did pretty well. Hasn't done a real lot today, but what he's done is class. You can see if he just continues to get some miles in the legs, he'll be a good player for the Tigers. Free kick, going to go to Auckland in the ruck duel.
Have you seen his game, Macca?
Auckland?
Yep.
Well, this is what he needs to get. He needs to get more kicks of the football and more marks. But look, hit-outs, he's been brilliant. Auckland, down the line. Blackberry. Inside 50, Scrubber. Thorpe, couple of metres on his opponent. He spins and goes. He throws it out. And it's going to be holding the footy. Good tackle. And some afters there as well. And little scrapper rolly.
For the player with the jumper change.
Yeah, it's number 10, Foz. That's what I was trying to find it.
I think it's Blake McCulloch who went off. Yeah,
in fact, it's going to be... So this has now been reversed, David.
Okay.
It's been reversed after that scuffle. And Mitch Thorpe's come up with it, and he's going to have a shot from goal. Right on the 50 by the time he kicks it towards the city end of the ground. He's kicked 1 goal, 3 for the day. He'd like to second on the board. Mitchell Thorpe, terrific kick of the football. He crosses the 50 now. Start at left side of the post. Chips it up and just dribbles it across the line to keep it straight. And that's all he had to do. A little knockdown iron, that one, Fossil. Little knockdown just to keep it below the big wind. And he's kicked his second as Mitchell Thorpe. And that Gorge River, mate, has started to come now. It's all eyes on the score for the Tigers to keep me interested in the next half hour or so. Launceston, good percentage booster too for the Blues.
So thanks, Damien. I've now got a bit of a lower score. Evers 6 behind 6 points by Hobart back a few years ago in the TSL.
Righto.
In this early
something for us.
Early in this incarnation of it.
Challenge 4. So that's what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7 goal quarter, Foz.
Yep. It's been
right? 2, 3, 7 goal quarter. Yeah. 7 goals. Yeah, they've put that one up. What is the score? Groups?
The score is 13-8, 86.
13-8.
Okay, they haven't updated on the scoreboard. That's where I need to go
Seymour,
to the best of the business. Dave Gruber.
Seymour kicks inside 50. Riley again, front position. Has he got it? He has! Oh, my word. Dylan Riley He's taken the mark about 25, 30 metres out, directly in front. He's kicked 6. He's kicked 4 in this quarter.
Yeah. And you've got to play that 6-6-6. So you can't stick blokes back in front of him extras at the ball. Back in the old days, you'd have them all back there just to stop the floodgates. But
Dylan Riley, this is for goal number 7. In he comes. Umpire barely moves. That's 7 goals to Dylan Riley. 5 goals in this quarter.
Wow.
And if you've only just tuned in, watch out for the highlights on TSL Facebook this week, because we're going to have a magnificent package of highlights from one Dylan Riley.
What did he kick at North Hobart the other week in that third quarter? He kicked 3, did he, or something like that?
Yeah, 4 in the quarter.
4 in the quarter? Yep. Well, he's bettered that today. There's 5.
Oh, fantastic.
Just once again, just in the spot, ball lands on his chest. It's not spectacular, it's just in the right spots all the time, every time.
14-8-92, 4 behinds, 4 points. It's an 88-point advantage. And we've been playing 23 minutes, but we've probably got another couple minutes to go, because the number of goals that have been kicked in this quarter. As Timmy Auckland gets the tap out. Now it's Shark by Campbell's. They go forward, the Tigers, and it'll be downfield there. Infringement on Campbell after he got rid of the ball. Mackenzie Willis will take the free kick, and he's about 50 out. Inside 50s this quarter for Dave Gruber. It's just their 3rd one, as opposed to 13. So Mackenzie Willis sets it up, looking for a mark there. Eddie Burrows-Cheng up against 2. Oliver Burrows-Cheng. Carter, goal for the Tigers.
Oh, they're away.
Great goal there from Takata, who's kicked a number of goals this year, 13 goals this year, and that's his 14th. And the Tigers are on the board here at Windsor Park. 1 goal, 4-10. So they've put the first record to bed. That's the lowest score in the TSL. And good work there by the 2 Burrows-Cheng boys. They made a contest of it, and they got it out to Tyler Carter, who converted for the Tigers. 1-4-10. 13-8-86. In fact, 14-8-92. The scoreboard's still 1 goal behind there.
Yeah, go with the Dave Gruber scoreboard. So Launceston, it's been a big quarter, 24 minutes gone in these shortened quarters. That's a long quarter. Another centre clearance here, this time for the Tigers through Gardner. Good pick up, Burrows-Cheng, only as far as Miller Hodge. That was Oliver Burrows-Cheng. And Hodge finds Alec Wright. I've liked his game today. Really up and about. Goes long to Hines, sets himself, can't take the mark on Rice. Ball comes down the deck. He'll look to give it by hand. He's good tackle there by Rice, and the umpire says, give it to me. Just inside the forward 50. Launceston going towards the city end of the ground. It's been the Dylan Riley show this quarter. 5 for the quarter. And it's been all Launceston on the back of that. Harper, haven't even needed him this quarter of the Blues. Gives it back to Brown. Oh, here it is again.
He's got it.
Here it is again. Chest mark. Umpire hasn't paid it. Oh, have some theatre, umpire, please. Must have hit the deck. But once again, it was one of those, protects the space, dives at the last minute, must have hit the deck. It wasn't much argument. We just want another goal in the books for our highlights reel. Dylan Riley show. Good to have the tickets for that one today, Foz, as the ball goes out of bounds in front of Casey Brown.
Well, we were worried about a repeat of the Launceston Clowns game with just a few goals kicked, but today we've had, 15 overall, but 14 goals kicked from Launceston, and it's been highly entertaining play.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see now last quarter, what do they do? You've got Joby Harper, really important players. They've got Glenorchy here next week.
6-day break.
Yeah, what do they do after they've only had 3-day break this quarter? There's the 3-quarter time siren. Well, what a quarter it was for the Launceston Football Club. We said that the Tigers would be like to be in the game at 3-quarter time, and they're anything but, unfortunately. 14-8, 14-8-92 leads Kingborough 1-4-10. Well, I've run out of space here in my book. I've had to go along with the highlighter. Dylan Riley, 5 for the quarter, 7 for the game. Jay Blackberry, well, we were talking about how good Jay Blackberry's been, and then he kicked his 3rd, and then the Riley show started. So Blackberry's got 3, Mitch Thorpe's got 2, Alec Wright and Grant Holt with the singles. And for the Tigers, they've got a goal kicker. It was Tyler Carter with 1 goal late in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Mac, wasn't a contest as such in that quarter, but we were entertained, and that's what we come to footy to see, don't we? And
yeah, my word.
What are Dylan Riley's attributes? He reads the play well, doesn't he, in that one-on-one, and he also, those out-the-back goals where he reads it beautifully.
He's got genuine speed too. He's got a really short run, but he that 5 metres, he's so quick and just really smart. He's been a terrific player in the TSL wherever he's been, hasn't he? South Launceston, he spent some time at Devonport, of course, when Mitch Thorpe went up there. And since he came back, Launceston just had him back with open arms. He's obviously got a good relationship with Mitch Thorpe. Terrific player. He was high up, wasn't he, the other year in the medal?
Yep.
Back a few years ago now, but he's just really, really good. As the umpires come steaming over, the goal umpires, they're going to change this score. Look at them. They come over in unison. It's like synchronised swimming. Look out. They look at each other.
Well, just while we're doing that, we'll just go through the stats here. It's hit-outs 41-22 in the favour of the Blues over the day. Clearances 30-18. It was 10-9 that quarter. Launceston leading that stat. Inside 50s 14-3 in the third quarter, 39-17 over the day. Marks inside 50, 3 that quarter for Launceston, and under the Tigers 5-1 over the day. And free kicks 14-13 the Blues way, so fairly even with that stat. Okay, so time to take a break here on City Park Radio on the TSL live stream. As we said, it was the Dylan Riley show that quarter with the 5 goals, and if you're watching the stream, you're seeing some of the goals from that quarter. The 2 goals from Blackberry, there was 5 from Riley and also 1 from Thorpe. So enjoy some of those highlights while we take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Are You OK Day is Thursday, September 10. And this year the message is, there's more to say after Are You OK? What do you do if you ask someone, are you OK? And they say no? Any ideas? Anything? There's more to say after Are You OK? Take time to listen. Encourage them to take action or find support. And remember to check in to see how they're doing. Learn how to keep the conversation going at areyouok.org.au.
No thanks, no cheap tea for me. I want flavour. People are learning flavour is far more important than price. Lonnie customers are all agreeing more satisfaction comes from brewing freshly hand-picked real leaves. At our Tea Emporium on Upper George Street, you're in for a delicious treat, as you'll find we merchandise Tasmania's largest selection of freshly, locally grown and imported fine leaf teas. Cocoon Living Tea, 109 on the George Street Boulevard, a very proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to Tasmanian State League football on City Park Radio.
Well, yes, welcome back here to Windsor Park as the teams are still in their huddles here as we lead up to the last quarter, in a touch dark here as well. Mackie, got some of the stats there thanks to Damien Donnelly and Darren Lovell.
Yes, yes, Fozzie, I do. Jay Blackberry leads all comers. He's had 21 disposals, 7 in that quarter as well. He's had 6 clearances, 8 tackles, 12 contested possessions and 3 goals, Jay Blackberry. It's a fair day's work at three-quarter time. Ryan Tyrrell with 17 possessions. He's been pretty good playing that wing half-back role, uses the ball well on his left foot. Fletcher Seymour with 16, including 5 clearances. Joby Harper with 14. Jared Dakin with 14, Alec Wright with 12, including 4 marks. Boyd's had 8 marks, a lot of those intercept marks. Jacob Boyd. Dylan Riley, we was talking off air. Dylan Riley has had 9 kicks and he's kicked 7 goals, 1.
And in that quarter, I think it was 5 for 5, Macca.
It was Dylan Riley. It was 5 kicks, 2 handballs that quarter.
There you go. So Launceston coaching panel just coming off there. Mitch Thorpe, of course, on the ground today. And we've got Alex Russell there, one of the assistant coaches. Jack Donnell, who's a late out from today, coming off the ground as well. So Not much interest as far as the result's concerned, but we've got a player on 7 goals, and it's always exciting whether they can add to that total, Macca.
Well, it's going to be difficult against the wind. He actually didn't touch it in the second quarter when the ball was going that way, but it's just going to be interesting to see just the tactics that Launceston do here with that big match next week against the ever-improving Glenorchy side. I look forward to that game here. Windsor Park. Is it 2 o'clock start, Dave?
Yep.
Traditional start time.
Yep, so it'll be very interesting. Jay Bowden, of course, back in form. Ben Camerick, a huge game yesterday.
Big game. Camerick, 30-odd touches.
Daniel Joseph back yesterday was also huge for the Pies.
Yeah, they're all quality players.
Thanks to our sponsors, City Park Radio sponsors, Andrew Doyle, Quadrant Mall, Kings Meadows and the Brisbane Street Mall. Here's Matthew McGee.
Gardner, the ruckman, snaps it out of the square. Only goes as far as House by hand. Tyrrell, turnover. Here's Will Campbell, inside 50. Good defensive effort by Boyd again. Well done there, Jake Smith. Miller Hodge, good run. He always hits the ball at pace as Miller Hodge. Comes out here. Alec Wright, I've really liked his game today. He takes another good mark on centre wing. Miller Hodge, squared up. So Hodge looks short, uses the ball well, goes back to Wright. So these boys are just padding their stats out at the minute early in the last. Alec Wright, he looks sideways. Just finds Blackberry, one of the stars of the day. Going to go back to Wright. This is what they do, just control the football. Into the breeze, take their time, there is no rush. When you're into the breeze, it's a good way to go about it. Alec Wright now goes to the big contest of players. Auckland's in the middle. Seymour, terrific hands. Riley hits up Thorpe. It goes about 8.5 metres, but they're going to pay it to Mitch Thorpe. As Riley, I reckon the eyes lit up for number 8, but there's no way he was going to make the distance. But the speed that Riley was travelling at and the speed that Thorpe was travelling at the other way, when he actually kicked it and took the mark, it was barely 10 metres. But Mitch Thorpe is going to have a shot from goal. Watch him just to maybe sit this one up. Let's see whether he can make the distance. There's a fair breeze out there. So Thorpe, he's kicked 2. Yeah, there it is. Called it. Riley!
He's got it.
Got it. Dylan Riley in front of Reed, in front of the can bar. No way was Mitch Thorpe going to kick that goal, Foz.
Yep.
He couldn't kick the distance. I said keep your eye on it. And here's Riley.
For number 8.
Number 8, shut the gate. So Dylan Riley on Elijah Reardon now. Good match-up for speed. But it's Riley. Very good set shot too, Dylan Riley. Has a look at him. Puts the finger to the sky. Nonchalantly. And Dylan Riley has kicked 8.
Fantastic work, Dylan Riley. And he started that passenger play, of course, by getting the pass to Thorpe. And Thorpe disguised it well. Dylan Riley led out beautifully. And it's another goal for Launceston.
That's 8.
15-8, 98 now to 1-4-10. We should have mentioned too, Macca, that Tim Bristow, of course, left the ground early in the game. We didn't see it, but he's still on the bench there. And if it's, as we suspect, a recurrence of that hamstring injury, that might just about be it for the year. There's plenty of weeks to go, of course.
Yeah, well, look, he's come back this year, and he does a lot off the field too, coaching wise. Like you see him out here before the game, working with midfields and that. So look, they've got a little bit of depth there. D-League's, of course, going well for the Lonnie Blues.
As Campbell tries to work it forward, Lockie Watt gets the kick to half forward. Handball's not a great one by Sorty. So it's a chance now for Griggs. Kicks to half forward. Dygan nearly takes the mark. Spoil over the back. Here they go now, the Blues from half back, as they've done all day. Little kick from Seymour to Blackberry. So they're working hard into the breeze. Here at our effects, Mike, it's still a factor in this game. Kick goes to Boyd. Boyd has an outlet play here in Casey Brown. Jake Smith cruises by. He might be his next target. No, he goes further to Blackberry. Jake Smith still going. He's got it now. Jake Smith into the goal square. Thorpe's there, Hines. No one can take the mark. Harper roving. Back to Taylor, to Thorpe. Right foot shot falls in the lap of Reardon. Macca got excited there.
Well, there's the one that falls in the lap of Riley normally. So well done, Elijah Reardon.
Reardon clears it from fullback. As Casey Brown does well from 45, keeps it low. Casey Brown into the breeze. Reardon does well again and just taps it through. 2 great efforts from Elijah Reardon in a minute there. So behind 15-9-99 to 1-4-10. Very similar scoreline to their first meeting at the Twin Ovals. Lockie Griggs now releases Lovell. Lovell on the right half-back flank. Goes short, misses his target. Now it's with Dygan. Has to go backwards towards Lovell again. Gets out of trouble. Handball over the top to the ruckman in Gardner. Back now to Lockie Griggs, who started the game well. But he cops it straight up to Tyson Miller. Miller goes short here towards Thorpe, takes it one-handed, shrugs a tackle, little kick, not the required distance. It looks like Dakin will get there first. Griggs again just pumps it out of there. There's a player with a fair bit of latitude, and that's Bailey Gordon, who takes off from half-back.
Bailey Gordon, nearly tackled there by Casey Brown with his speed. Finds Ben Donnelly, not a great kick to Sam Dygan. Over the top. Inside 50, marked. Oh, it's the bootlays, the Burrows Ching. He can't mark it. That's a hamstring. Curse there, but he's pulled up a little bit lame, and I think he's okay. Blackberry fumbling. Left it behind as Blackberry. Could be a second goal for Tigers coming up. He fights hard as Blackberry. Mackenzie Willis. He's going to get a look at them. Is Mackenzie Willis. That's all class from Mackenzie Willis, but he misses left side. So Mackenzie Willis playing a little more as a forward at the moment, but he danced around and could have put the second on the board. But it wasn't to be, and it's 1-5-11 to Kingborough. Launceston 15-9-99.
So Jake
what was those score records there?
2-2-14.
2-2-14.
Against Launceston in 2014.
Okay.
Thanks to Anthony Osborne for that stat.
Pulfreman. It's the ball from Jake Smith, the bearded ones. Pulfreman is going to kick it to the grass over the top. Looking for the ruckman in Auckland. This is what I want to see from him, Foz. A little mark or something here. But he's caught as the ball landed short, and Marcus Gardner tackles Auckland. So that's the one that he wants to be, just that outlet player. Auckland, good in the hit-outs. He's keeping Hamish Leadham out of the side at the moment. Blackberry, head over it. Oh, the wind is whistling now. Another handball to Blackberry. Pulfreman, up and under. The ball floats backwards. Hines, good hands. Boyd, good smother there. It comes into the hands of Kingborough Tigers in Bailey Gordon. He misses the target. Jake Smith's going to see it out in front. As he runs towards the boundary line, would like it to go through for a behind. They're going to do it in singles. It hasn't gone through. Now it's a ball up about 2 metres from the Kingborough goal at the city end of the ground as a wind really rips through now.
It sort of died down a bit, Macca, after that rain fell, but it's come back up again.
Throw up, 2 metres from the goal. Jamison House will look for the boundary line. He does. It's a good tackle, Launceston. They're not going to give up here any easy scores, are they, Launceston? They want to keep the pain on the Tigers. Carter is the only goal kicker at this stage. Good tackle, Blackberry. Umpire circles and says, give it to me. There's a few afters as well. There's frustration start to boil over for the Tigers. Little Lockie Watt. He doesn't mind a little scrap, does Lockie Watt. Real antagonistic down there. He's laid some good tackles today. As Watt. Ball goes through. Is it off the ground? It's another behind. So like Benny Donaldson, the cameraman, used to do at the cricket, just hitting in singles at the moment of the Kingborough Tigers. Terrific cricketer back in his day, our cameraman Benny Donaldson. Westbury, Glenorchy. Used to just make runs for fun. Benny Donaldson does a great job here for the TSL camera work. Puts it all together, and that's not a great kick. That one won't make the highlights as Jamison House kicks it out of bounds. Right where the 50-metre line hits the boundary. Inside 50 now, Tigers. Brady Reese, top of the square. Oh, good defensive mark. And that's another one to Jake Hines. Been really good. And there's something in the back line. It's what he used to do back at the Tassie Mariner days. Allies as well. Holt tries to hit up right. And that one's just landed inside the boundary line as the players are just struggling from one side across the other. Auckland is and Gardner, they're going to try and get from one side to the other, the big ruckman.
Of course, the Blues played Wednesday night, Mac. This is where it might start to tell as it's a boundary throw in.
Good luck to the boundary umpire with this one.
There's Carlton Collingwood will start. I might see if Mac can get an early score in that in a second.
Will.
There's a handball by Lovell. Tries to get the advantage, but Hines just hacks it out to the half forward for Launceston. Here's Thorpe up against Drew. Drew wins on this occasion. Drew is the call. His handball's not great. Here's Riley. Kicked 8. Falls over. Costs it up to Reardon. Spins out beautifully, Elijah Reardon. And his kick's not as good as the original work.
Well, we've seen him do that at UTAS the other week, Foz. He likes to kick barrels, and that's the third one I've seen him try, and he
doesn't kick him very well.
No.
I'd be putting it back in the bag and probably just pulling out the 3 on, I reckon.
What do you got for us in the AFL, Macca?
117, the Collingwood Magpies lead the Carlton Blues 6. Eddie Betts with a goal and Tom Phillips with a goal for the Pies.
A big game for finals considerations, that one. Now it's taken by Seymour, who's been great today, to another one of those on balls in Palfreyman, who tries to spot up Riley. Up against Reardon, can't take the mark. Now it's Seymour again, who's got a lot of kicks to Dakin. Dakin now centering the ball. Beautiful ball here for Casey Brown. He just can't quite take it. The wind has carried down a bit further than he thought. Casey Brown now to Boyd. He's got Holt over the top. Oh, could be a collision here, but Holt takes the mark. Wright just checked his run. And Grant Holt, you have to say, probably a bit too far out to score, Macca.
Yes, we saw him kick one probably. Yeah, he hit the last one pretty well in the second quarter. He's going to try and spot up. In fact, he looked for Dakin, but ignores the lead.
Inside 50's 5-3 this quarter, Launceston's way. Nice little kick to Dakin.
See, that's just, I'm sorry, Dave, but that is just not good enough from the Tigers.
No,
because Dakin actually led.
Yep.
And he could have gone to him, he ignored him, and then Dakin just did what he wanted. He went back and he led again, and no one even looked like standing next to him. Anyway, frustration, I'm sure, for the Kingborough coaching fraternity.
This would be a good reward for effort. Dakin's possession to 3/4 time. Get that second Macca's. He comes in for goal, and he's off to the right. Floats back in, though. It's a goal. He allowed for the breeze beautifully there, Jared Dakin. And that's his first for the day, and it's the ton-up for Launceston. They're 16-9-105, which is a big score in these 16-minute quarter games.
Yep.
The Tigers won 6-12.
He had 14, till 3/4 time. That's his 15th.
And how old's Jared Dakin now, Macca? Is he 19, 20?
Yeah, this would have been his 19th year. So,
do you think people are still keeping an eye on him?
His name's there, isn't it?
Yep.
So, he played some different roles this year, hasn't he? Tagging and that sort of thing. But no, look, he was still nominated for the draft, and he was at the draft testing at the start of the year, and that was back in February. And geez, we didn't know what was happening back then, did we?
Yep.
Before that testing, of course, the Devils were getting ready for their season ahead. Didn't manage to play a game. There's been some changes in that structure. Be interested to see what 2021 brings. Looks like it'll go to under 19s, so it'll allow for those players to go again. And I suppose then the 20-year-olds will be the overages rather than the 19-year-olds, which is good for players that have missed out. It's a real scrimmage here in the middle of the ground. It's picked up there. It's going to be another ball up as Blackberry comes up with it. 2 northern teams next week. Of course, Launceston here against Glenorchy, and I think North Hobart are hosting North Launceston, which will be interesting down there. Okay. Yeah. Here's Blackberry. Silk. Inside 50, hit up Riley. He's going to turn, he's going to give one off to the coach in Thorpe, who sets himself and takes the mark 30 metres out on a slight angle. Well, Blackberry to Riley was just pure champagne football. Dave Gruber gives me a little nod and agrees. That's all I need from you groups.
It's just made the difference, hasn't it? I mean, they've had a couple of games without that combination, and they've joined up today, and 16 goals is the result.
Yeah, been very good. Dylan Riley. He's still he's actually looking to give it off to Riley again here. He had a little look at him there. Thorpe's going to have a kick at this one. He'll try and slot this one through. Only a good kick of the footy. Goes low again. He hasn't hit it hard. It's Dakin. Oh, he trips and goes. Got to be holding the footy. Umpire says play on. Mitch Thorpe just didn't kick through it. Reardon outside 50, and it's going to bounce all the way out towards the coffee van. So interesting there from Mitch Thorpe. He did the same thing at that end and wanted to keep it low with the wind so the wind didn't hit it. And that one there, he just miskicked to the fraction. And it was nearly a mark and goal to Dakin, who was sort of just standing there.
Doesn't appear to have any sort of leg injury. He's moving okay today.
Yeah, no, just the way he wants to kick it, I think. He's trying to keep it down low. Little punch shot. Boundary throw in front of the Launceston interchange box. Harper out the back to Seymour. Called that a bit this year. Harper to Seymour or vice versa. They're the real in and under workers there for the Launceston Footy Club. Terrific season, Joby Harper. And the good thing for Launceston is they haven't really relied on him too much today. He's just gone about his normal business without being outstanding. Auckland, good tap down. Lovell by hands. Finds Donnelly. Back to Lovell. Handball nicely.
McCulloch
with that change of jumper. Comes down the front. Casey Brown off half-back. Been impressed. Over the top, Miller. Can't find it. Harper can to Seymour. There they go again to Auckland. Link man by hand. Bit floaty. Miller Hodge in front of Thorpe. He'll try and tap it on. Does so to Hines, who gets rid of Sammy Rice. Hines now hits up Riley. Bang on the chest. Dylan Riley in front of the can bar.
Don't pass it, Dylan.
Is this for 10?
9, I think.
9, is it?
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. This is for 9. Ladies and gentlemen, he kicked 5 in the third. So this is for number 9. A couple of behinds as well. Just really good play through the middle of the ground. Started with Casey Brown off half-back. Riley, he kicks that one up high. Doesn't go the distance. Alec Wright sets. Harper, far post. He's going to try and run it through for out of bounds. Or the umpire, boundary umpire, or central umpire can raffle it. Boundary umpire says you can take it, Mr. Central, and you can throw it up. About 20 metres from Launceston's goal, going into a really strong breeze. Riley just couldn't get anywhere near that. Harper out of the pack. That's missed near side through for a behind for Joby Harper. Score, Foz?
16-10-106, plays 1-6-12.
You take us away.
The first game we did here back in 2013, Sonny Whiting kicked 11 goals.
Wow.
And I don't think I've seen an individual performance since as good as that. So, as good as today.
Sonny Whiting, didn't he?
Absolutely. There's a little tap out there from House to Seymour to Hodge. He dodges around on the right foot. Kicks inside 50 here, and at the front, nearly a great mark there to Tyson Miller, couldn't quite take it. Hines to Harper, here he is again, against Reardon as Riley. Reardon this time almost wins it, off the ground, Thorpe, it's going to bounce to the left for a behind. So 16-11 at 107 to 1-6-12, and the Tigers still haven't surpassed that lowest score in the TSL, which is 2-2-14. Against the same team, Launceston in 2014. So still that to play for. McCulloch, long kick. Nice thump away from Auckland. The front of the contest is Tyson Miller. Releases Wright. Wright gets a kick away under pressure. Here's Hines using his body, nearly takes the mark. Off now to Brendan Taylor on the left foot. And Reardon once again does the goalkeeping and sees it through for a behind. He's been great this last quarter, is Elijah Reardon. Here Bailey Gordon shouting to the ball, but Reardon, that time he gets onto it, Macca.
Well, he kicked a drop punt, Dave.
He kicked 70 metres into the centre of the ground. Isaac Chugg gets it though, over to Fletcher Seymour, who switches it over here towards Boyd.
Did the same thing at UTAS. We said it there. Why doesn't he kick the drop punts? He can kick them a mile. Alec Wright, lead up, arms chopped, umpire says play on. Ben Donnelly does well, goes back there to his teammate in George O'Neill. Marcus Davies, handball. Back to Donnelly. They need another couple of scores to the Tigers to get over that lowest score mark. Here's the big fella in Jamison House. He tries to just bust his way through. Mackenzie Willis caught, holding the footy. Umpire says it's spilled out in the tackle. Play on. Lachlan Watt went to kick it out of midair, and he did so. Tyler Carter. Here it is. Oh, no, Miller Hodge is going to have something to say about that. Oh, no, he's not. It's a bit of a comedy. Put the comedy music on that one, Benny, because that's not pretty. He goes back to Boyd, right on the last line of defence by hand, to Smith, who now they've taken a breath, and Isaac Chugg takes the mark in the back pocket.
He settled well into his work the last couple of weeks, Isaac Chugg, Macca.
Yes.
He's been a good acquisition. Left foot kick's not bad. Gets some good distance into the breeze. Oh, no, nearly a mark there to Auckland. On the ground, can't pick it up. Seymour's in there. Now Bailey Gordon. Kicks towards goal. It's a long floating kick, and it's going to be a free kick.
This is it.
Against Jake Smith, who puts his hand on his head. Playing on is Carter, who just dribbles it through inside the right-hand goal post. The old dribble kick, but he makes no mistake in the end. And that's a second goal for the Tigers.
And they've cleared the game. Cleared it, haven't they?
Yeah,
the record?
They did the same thing at Twin Oval, same situation. They've avoided that lower score. 2-6-18, Launceston 16-12, 108.
Yeah, just inside 50. You keep getting in there, you're going to score. And those goalposts now, they're wobbling with the breeze as the wind is whistling through at that end. Windy bus trip back up the Midlands for the Tigers boys. And
what have they got next week, Mac? I think they've got
the Tigers
bye.
got a bye. Yes, they'll have a week off. And of course, as we mentioned, Launceston will play here against Glenorchy in a game that we're really looking forward to. We'll see how much improvement Glenorchy have made.
It's a big one for the Pies. You'd think if they could sneak a win against Launceston or North, that would seal a finals berth. As Auckland wins the tap, On his hands and knees is Seymour. He has time to get up. He has time to take off on the right foot. Inside 50, here's Thorpe, front position, and Riley. They go together. They spoil each other in the end. But now it's taken by Thorpe. Left foot shot for goal. It bounces nicely for him. Another goal to Launceston. And the third goal today for Mitch Thorpe in the last quarter. And that's their 17th, which is a big score. Might even be the biggest score of the season. So if I get our stats guys onto that again. 7-12, 1-14 Launceston, Kingborough 2-6-18. I'm pretty sure that's the biggest score this year in the TSL.
Well, that's just through sheer numbers, isn't it? And as you mentioned, Thorpe and Riley actually spilt the mark, and he was very quick to react, was Mitch Thorpe, and nice snap.
And what about the work from Seymour from the middle? He's been great today.
Has been very good, probably overshadowed by a couple of others. But, look, he's come back in the side, had a little bit of an ankle, didn't he, there a few weeks ago, but he's looks to be back fitter and going. And Auckland and Gardner go for the ruck. Polframan, Auckland, kicks forward, Alec Wright, centre half forward. Harper, taken in the tackle was Donnelly. He's going to be caught holding the footy. They could have played on advantage, but Dakin decides not to go, gives it back to Alec Wright. Wright, Holt. Oh, well done. Well outmarked there by Zach Adams. So Zach Adams, by hand, goes with Brady Rees. Got the headband on and the long sleeves. He's now caught by Polframan. Holt dances around left foot, tries to take... Oh, he's either taken high or holding the footy. It's high. Kieran Lovell takes off, but it's going to be high. Lucky to get away with it, Holt. Yes, Kieran Lovell said it was probably holding the footy before the tackle. I tend to agree. Seymour over to Hodge. Not pretty inside 50. Getting back there. That change of jumper. Here he goes at Reardon again. He's going to go. Will he kick a drop punt? He does. It's a beauty. And there it is. There's the siren, ladies and gentlemen. The end of this clash. And it's all the Launceston Blues on their home turf. 17-12, 114. They defeat Kingborough 2-6-18. So, Dave, it was a bit of a dreary day, especially for the Tigers, but a really good performance for Launceston. After a tough game Wednesday night, they ran the game out really well. And as you mentioned, to kick 17 goals was a pretty good effort on a day like today.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like to see one-sided contests, but if you like to see individual performances, and that's what we saw today from a number of Launceston players.
Well, we did.
As we'll see when you go through the goal kickers.
The goal kickers. Well, let me add them up. 5, 6, 7, 8 goals to Dylan Riley, including that incredible 5 goals in the third quarter. So he gets 8. Mitchell Thorpe gets 3, as does Jay Blackberry. Grant Holt gets a single, as does Alec Wright and Jared Dakin, 1 in the last. And Tyler Carter, he kicks 2 for the Tigers to take his season tally to 15, and the leading goal kicker of the season for them. So, yes, there it is, the Dylan Riley show. He had a few helpers with him, but 8 goals, a terrific performance in a game where you're basically kicking just to one end, don't you?
Yep.
You know, kicked 8 sort of going that way when the ball was getting pumped in. And the stats here, I was just about to say about the stats, Dave Gruber. The inside 50s, you go through them, Fozzie, right?
Yeah, I'll go through them.
You go
That's
through
right.
them.
Yeah, no,
Man.
hit outs today 50-25 Launceston's way, 9-3 in the last quarter, so dominant performance here from Tim Auckland. Clearances 37-23. Launceston over the Tigers, 7-5 in the last quarter. Inside 50s, 51-22. That's a lot of entries for the game, Macca. 51 inside 50s.
A lot, especially when they've got a 5-goal win going one way.
12-5 in that quarter. Marks inside 50. Launceston had 7 marks in that last quarter. Is that right, groups? 7 marks inside 50.
Of course it's right.
Yeah, of course it's right.
Dave Gruber, best in the business.
That's a lot of marks into the Breeze that last quarter. 12-1 over the day. So Tigers taking the 1 mark inside 50 for the game. Free kicks 16-15. A well umpired game. Well done to our umpiring team there. Because it's quite cold, Macca, we might... we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back and do your 3, 2 and 1 and some of the better players.
No worries.
Back in just a moment.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider-reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
lovers of music from West End and Broadway shows, and from great movies. Don't miss Sounds of Stage and Screen on City Park Radio.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know.
For Launceston, they're 16-9-105.
Yeah, here's Blackberry, Silk, inside 50, hit up Riley. He's going to turn, he's going to give one off to the coach in Thorpe.
To help you get there, they can help select the best instrument for you, choose appropriate learning books and find a teacher. Plus, they offer flexible, interest-free payment plans. If you pick an instrument that you really like, find a teacher and put time aside each week to practice. Then you can play music. Get started now with Barrett's Music, 104 George Street, Launceston, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to Tasmanian State League Football on City Park Radio.
Windsor Park here. It was a big win today to Launceston, 17-12, 114 to the Tigers, 2-6-18. Thanks to Darren and Damien from Launceston Footy Club Stats Department. Macca, who are the big stats winners over the day?
Jay Blackberry with 27, Fletcher Seymour with 27, Joby Harper with 19, Tyrrell 19, Boyd 18, Dakin 18, Alec Wright with 17.
There's a lot of big possession winners,
lots of them just smashed them, to be honest. And only one we take the stats on for the Tigers was Kieran Lovell. He ended up with 18 without being dominant at all. He just his highest was 6 in a quarter, 7 contested possessions.
And Elijah Reardon was good in that last quarter, wasn't he? He just I think he stopped 3 or 4 launches and goals there.
Yeah, look, he was pretty good all day, to be honest. The amount of ball that went in. What did you say the inside 50s were? 50-something?
51 to 22, yep.
Yeah, look, I thought they battled all right, and we'll go through the best players for the Tigers while we're at it. But Campbell was, good in the middle. I just really disappointed in Willis and also Lovell. They're just up against it with that power of the Launceston midfield. But I thought Campbell was okay. I thought Griggs was okay. Donnelly and Reardon.
Yep.
I wouldn't say you'd go too much more there. A lot of their half-back, battled manfully, but they just got pumped, didn't they? Well, I could have really written the whole side down for Launceston. You wouldn't say that, apart from the early injury to Bristow, you wouldn't really say that any of those Launceston players have lost their position today against the opposition. They were all brilliant in their own little ways and all got a lot of the football. Just some of the nominations there. I thought Jamison House, especially early, just the amount of fists and that he got in. Jake Hines just gives them something different. If they get Musica back in the side, they've sort of got a Musica and a Hines on both of those wings. Dakin had one of his better games today, just really crafty with the football. You mentioned Auckland with his amount of hit outs as well, was really good. Chug had his best game off that half-back flank, only just came back into the side. Thought Casey Brown was really good today with speed. He played sort of loose as a winger. He sort of get him behind the footy, but he's just got so much speed. You can put Hodge, Boyd, all those youngsters, Tyrrell, all those boys back behind the footy, and you just group them all together.
Yep.
They're just brilliant. But I've got to give the 3s, 2s and the 1s, don't I, Dave?
Yep.
And
drum roll.
Yeah, drum roll. Give the drum roll. I'm going to raffle the 1, but I'm going to give it to a fella that I thought played really well all day in a tough position. I'm going to give it to Alec Wright.
Okay.
I thought he was really good in that position. Someone different, youngster up there. Apologies, of course, to Fletcher Seymour. Ended up with 27. I haven't found a spot for him, controversially. But he had a big last quarter. But I just thought Alec Wright all day. What did he end up with, Alec Wright? He ended up with 17 possessions. 14 kicks, 3 there. He ended up just kept hitting up, didn't he? 7 marks and kicked his goal. I just thought he was a really important link for them, and just to give him a bit of confidence. He'll like the fact he got a vote in the City Park Player of the Year. Well, if you could give 2.5 each, you'd give 2.5 each, but I just split them. I ended up going 2 to Jay Blackberry. I just thought Jay Blackberry was brilliant. He's had 27 possessions. He's had 10 tackles, 14 contested possessions and 3 goals. But I think when a bloke kicks 8, I think that's the difference in the game. He's kicked 5 in the third quarter, and he was the one that we paid the money to come through the gate for. And Dylan Riley takes the 3
in the City Park Player of the Day. So 3 to Dylan Riley, 2 to Jay Blackberry, and 1 to Alec Wright.
Other scores today in the under-18s, it was Launceston 101, defeated the Tigers 19. In the Development League, it was the Blues 78, the Tigers 29, and a big win in the seniors. Well, guys, thanks for joining me today, Macca. It ended up being, as we said, a one-sided game, but gee, there was some great individual highlights.
Yeah, that's what kept me here, to be honest. It was good. It wasn't the weather, because my fingers are freezing.
Yeah, it's a bit cold.
Quarter time in the AFL, Collingwood by 2 points.
Okay, we'll get home and watch that one. Thanks, Grooves, for being with us here today.
Yeah, no worries, Foz.
Thanks, Grooves.
Great work as usual. We'll be back here next week. Really interesting game, Launceston versus Glenorchy. Might even be the match of the round, I'd say, looking at the ladder. So we'll look forward to that one and see how the Blues go up against the Pies. Thanks to Ben on the camera. Thanks to Ashley for organising the stream. Thanks to Chris Ball and the City Park Radio Studios. He's had a big weekend with our AGM and lots of other things going on. So thanks, Chris, for being on board there today in the studio and getting us to air. And thanks to Launceston Football Club and Sandra Boland for joining us at half-time. Final score here as we farewell you from the live stream and City Park Radio. It was Launceston 17-12, 1-14, defeated the Tigers 2-6-18. Bye for now.